Hey, what's up with it, guys? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, shit. We're just getting going here. We are summoning everyone up. This is the build that I'm going to use tonight, that we're going to try out. We're at 195 eye level. How's our volumes? Volumes okay? We're at 195 eye level here going into the raid. We just got this trinket. I'm going to try this out. I might mess this up a bunch. I feel like this trinket might be kind of hard to use well. And I have another trinket that's got an on use, but this is just passive, and I feel like trying to manage two of these on use during raid progression, that I'm going to for sure mess that up. What happened? I just changed music abruptly. I'm from Brazil, and I really like your videos. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's what we're working with. Conduits. I know these are all the things that are going to be asked. This is what we're trying out some new stuff. I'm trying to get creative here. Now, I know this is a little cut off the screen for you guys here, but we're Necrolord. We're going in many, and I'm running Tyrant's Soul. Now, hear me out on my logic with this. We're running Tyrant's Soul because I'm going to run this legendary tonight. We're going to be running Wilfred's. What this ends up doing is making our Tyrant like a 1 minute cooldown. So you end up getting more use from the Tyrant Soul conduit. So every minute you're basically getting a 30-second window like power spike, right? Because you get 15% while you have your Tyrant up, and then you get another 13% for 15 seconds after your Tyrant. And since you're having more Tyrants, you actually have high uptime on that buff. You can see, you can be able to watch, you can track the buff here. You'll see the buff tracker. So that's kind of my thought process, is that'll give me really long windows every minute. I have like a 30-second power spike kind of situation. We're also running, I've tried a few different things with this setup. I've tried all of these talents, which is the biggest kind of wiggle room of all the talent rows that we have. And they all basically end up really close. You're really, really close. None of these are super far off. But if you run Grimoire Felguard, you have a super, super strong burst opener. And a lot of these first bosses in the raid, we're going to be lusting on pull. And so my thought process is that this is going to give us the most bang for our buck during that initial big bloodlust, heroism window. So that's why I'm running this. I actually like this the least. This feels better running either of these two options, because this gets a little bit clunky with trying to line it up. But as far as like having one big burst opener, going Felguard into Vile Fiend, into your Dreadstalkers, and then Tyrant, and then doing all your burst is very, 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 very strong. I was able to spike up to like 6k like by myself with no like bloodlust or like flask or anything. So that's my thought process going into the raid. So I'm sure people will ask me that, so apologize if you guys stick around and you have to hear me talk about that a few times. But that's what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and get in Discord with these guys real quick. Is volume okay for you guys? Let me know if anything's a little bit off whack. I'm kind of trying to mess with this. I have to turn my graphic settings down too, hopefully to... I'm also gonna move... I'm gonna close this too. We don't need to know what healing meters are. It's boring. Leave that like that, maybe. Is that a clean spot for it?
Damn, son.
I'll just leave this up here for now while we're waiting for everyone to get in. We did get really lucky with our vault this week. I got a 220 chest haste crit. So I got pretty lucky with my vault drops this week. We also got this neck piece from normal yesterday, and then I also got this offhand from normal yesterday. So we got a couple good pieces. I got some legs from a mythic last week. Okay, so we got some decent pieces.
Everyone's here.
So we'll see. Hopefully we don't mess it up.
Let's walk up and hit the guy to pull the
I usually don't like streaming raid because I kind of mess up a lot in raid. And I like
pull the gargoyles back if we have like
it's just a little stressful streaming and doing progression rating, but we'll give it a go. People seem to enjoy the arena stream that we did the other day, so yeah, I figured why not.
I should try man-soothing one honestly, but they're probably linked.
Wow.
Today we learn.
Now we're thinking with man-soothe.
Yeah, that's pod racing.
Alright, can someone AoE the other ones? We get it.
Talk. Keep to cursing. Oh no, it's a cooldown. It's weird coming from classic, honestly.
Don't matter. We're on Mythic, right?
Yeah, baby.
I mean, we already did this on Heroic. Might as well just step it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not now.
Has Limit done any pulls on Sludgefish today?
I don't think so.
Nope, they're waiting for a fix.
Go ahead and top these back.
Waiting for a fix?
So, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that I ran into on Heroic, where there's the mechanic where he pulls all the range in and does something that splits damage between them. And what's happening is when he does that, the tank mechanic is hitting ranged people and one-shotting them when they get pulled in.
Cool. I'll push to talk. Nice. So I won't be able to push to talk for tonight. If my dogs are loud, I'll switch to push to talk.
Your dogs just raid lead for us?
They don't work well together. Henry gets on Duncan's nerves. It's like,
damn it, Henry.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, what's up with it? Playing some retail, man. You proud?
What are you trying to say, Clark?
Oh, what?
Henry's another Henry.
Nothing? No.
can we get another summoning portal, coach?
Ugh, God.
Doesn't this Warlock be upset that you walk in? We all like your portals, Austin, alright?
Imagine being like upset about being a warlock in retail and not classic. Yeah, way worse.
Yeah, we're playing, so this is Heroic
Lets you know whenever
Castle Nathria. Playing Bleeding Hollow? Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I would just be like, well, not in combat in this instance. Always have it down.
Bleeding Hollow, and we're playing Demo Warlock. How's the volume? Is everything okay?
Travis isn't here yet. He hasn't told me anything, but let's just use personal flasks for now. Go ahead and pop it. Most of a lot of us have seen this fight on Heroic. I'm not sure. A couple haven't. The only change is now he, the white rings he shoots out. He'll do that during phase 1. So the idea behind our strategy is to start. We're going to be baiting it, and then things are kind of going to go the usual shit show way. So we're all going to start on triangle with the boss on orange. If you get echolocation, I want you to run back behind triangle. Here, I'll just put red. If you get echolocation, run that way.
Like
don't
this,
run in the middle of the room
this.
and drop in a line. Drop your bloods. And then we're probably going to lock gateway to Moon. So we'll start on Triangle. Bloods will be dropped at X. After he, so the reason we're on Triangle is to bait the Echo there, because if he echoes
Planning Christmas dinner for me one other next week. How work for you? Works good. Same old, same old.
We don't have to care about the rings.
Nothing too
Next to
exciting.
Moon is like a tiny lip. That's the okay. That's the.
Been watching all
part
your
that,
demo
like,
content since
you're
just playing with
line of setting
myself.
at,
Very good content.
don't
Helps a lot.
drop
Hey, I'm
lip
glad you
there.
like it, man.
That's what we're line of setting for the first part.
Glad you like it. Dude, Demo's been a lot of fun. I've actually, it's been a real surprise how much I really like it.
From what I watched from the normal attempt I missed yesterday, blood management is really difficult. So if you get this echolocation, I think is the red mark on the
I'm real excited to mess up all these
mechanics
mechanics right
If
now.
you can pop a personal at the last second, overlap it with another, and if you get hit by a ring, it's gonna like you're gonna get echolocation, and then you have to go. So it's personal responsibility. Do we have a few?
It's not the end of the world if you run through other blood to stack them. It doesn't do that much damage over a short amount.
I can put a feast down.
Yeah, purple if you want one to work.
I got it.
Oh no, it's okay.
Well, such a
Double the
bit.
pleasure.
Okay, so we're basically starting on Triangle, crosses circle. After he does his echolocation, we are going to gateway to Moon.
That's us. We got a gateway. That's
I'm trying
our
to think where I want
job.
the gateway because I think I want it in the center to Moon because if it's a triangle, we might hit rings as we gateway. Okay, yeah, we can also stampeding roar.
Wouldn't it best be like right here-ish to Moon? Everyone's standing left. You just step
Yeah.
right, step in the gateway. That way, no one's clicking it right as they're like going up.
Okay. We are gonna do a ready check. And please pop a flask if you haven't.
Okay, guys. So our opener we're going to be trying to do for all these is I'm basically going to pot Grimoire, Felguard, Vile Fiend, Dogs, Tyrant. That's like our big combo we're trying to pull off. If I can
Good.
get some
I'm gonna
imps up
keep
prior
reading,
to doing
so
that,
definitely
that's
gonna
ideal,
forget
but
to, and we're gonna do a
that
full
sequence is kind of what we're trying to do.
melee, we're gonna end up at triangle, so get on triangle. Also remember he turns to do the frontal cone, either run through him or just like back up. It'll be hard to back up here, but you do have to try to dodge that. Yeah, we're listing on pull, sorry. Goes are going backwards, form like an orderly line if you can. That's the frontal we really need to try to avoid. Just take like a step back forward or run through. Okay, go to the right, move right, take the gateway. Take the gateway backwards, don't do that. Yeah, there's a ring coming at us. Okay, if you get hit, you need to go to the sides. Can we pull the boss a little bit towards Moon? And there's no Iker there, but okay, we're line go to Moon. We're line of sighting at the lip. Good. Yeah, we're back on boss. Gonna do ring soon. Unless my okay. That's not rings, my timing was fucked. Good. Now is rings coming up. It's on. You guys are gonna have to move. We're just gonna do the fight like normal now. We're gonna be line of sighting at the middle pillars.
We can just go back to our first spot.
Yeah, triangle works as well. That's a good point. You wanna take the gateway back? Good, we're going to the phase. Oh, line of sight, line of sight. Okay, in the intermission phase, all you have to do is dodge rings and line of sight. So like those pulls we just dropped, don't be near the boss. The pulls we just dropped now are really bad. All you have to do during this phase is dodge rings and line of sight the thing. Because if you don't, there's gonna be blood everywhere and it's gonna suck.
He takes damage for a little bit there. I should have attacked more.
Afterwards. Line of sight.
Ah, shit!
Good, line of sight.
I'm such a loner over here. Everyone's going like away cool. Oh,
That was my bad.
Okay, we're back in phase 1.
big burst again here.
It's gonna be ring soon.
Am I dead? I've been like DC'd.
Okay.
Oh, you're sitting in a pool though.
Oh,
No,
base
I think
healer.
he's been DC'd it.
This is rings. We're gonna move back to our normal, or the secondary spot.
Word circle there. Good weak to move.
Watch out for rings. Line of sight. There's the pillar in the middle we can use.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent.
Oh, baby. So you just slide that one in right there? Let's go, dude. Shit.
Sorry, Glabitious. Good point. Plan swipe. After this should be rings.
I'm gonna do this actually.
There's rings. They're going the opposite way, so that's probably okay. Whoever did that, great job. Good. There was a stray ring melee. We're gonna drop a pool probably if you got hit. Line of sight. Everyone line of sight. We want to keep this pillar clean. Big heals on Glarbitious. B-res him. I run in the face, so you can take the B-res after if you need to. Keep doing things to him. Don't be in the circle though. You can just take it after, and Loopy picks up boss, and it's fine. It's safer that way. Okay, we're dodging rings, and we're line of sighting. These two pillars have some blood, so be careful. Line of sight. It's okay to go into the pools of blood to dodge stuff. That's fine. Line of sight. Come on, guys, just look at the boss and everything else
Noobs.
at once, and just line of sight.
Noobs. Come on, dude. You're never getting hit by the ear-splitting
Good.
screech.
Good.
Nice. Okay.
Back on boss.
So we got four shards here. Boom. Boom. We got potion up again. I have one more right here. Go, 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 go. Potion,
Hey, if you need to go out. Beer's replicate if you can.
where is she?
I'm over by moon.
Just, I mean, you could be-res dad if you want.
Probably not that important.
Yeah, just
Okay,
barrels.
got it.
OP, let's go, 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 go.
Side.
Oh. We got hit by the thing.
Good job.
Hey, there it is, boys.
Res the dead, congrats on your loot.
So, Loopy, I thought whichever of us had aggro when he does ear splitting didn't LOS because we wanted to keep him there, but he wasn't auto.
Why do you Moloch over Shadow Priest?
Yeah, I
Now
think
it's
that's
just
what the video
taking
said,
damage
but
for no point.
Because I like the
Yeah, we can just
options
LOS with everybody
of.
There are cloth boots up
He'll,
for
like-
roll if you want.
So
to,
for
like,
the record,
move a
Ethan,
little
I
bit
did that on
afterwards,
purpose. It was
Ooh,
just
dude.
wrong tactically. It wasn't wrong on execution.
I
That's
like-
fine.
I-
I think blood was a lot better that time than our previous attempts.
I
There's
like
still
the
a little bit of
difference
work
in
to be done,
playstyle
but
between the
pretty good.
Warlock specs.
Remember,
It
melee
gives me
taken
more
by the
options if I
point
don't
is
like Demo,
you
like
gotta get out of
Destro's a
melee.
fun option, Affliction's a fun option. So
Because you get feared.
playing Shadow
No, but
Priest, I was
here's
like
the plan.
pigeonholed the
There's time
Shadow
between
Priest,
fear
and
and
I
dropping the
wasn't
puddle.
super interested in it.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
nice
that's
boys,
something
we got the
that- are you doing
213 boots.
Yeah.
They don't have
Let's
haste,
clear trash
but
to boss though.
it's
we can
fine.
We can skip this or pull it. Might as well just pull it, knowing us.
I need to get my. third
Okay,
ability.
so let's look at this really quick while we do this trash.
There is a cloak up for roll.
With this setup, Ooh. Oh, we rolled a 94.
Looks like it's gonna be Jay. Anyone else for that cloak?
Oh no, Jay rolled a 95.
4 was not.
Damn,
good.
dude.
Yeah, no, jump down.
Okay, so let me give you like quick recap real fast. I just muted Discord for a sec. You see here, a Tyrant's a massive amount of our damage. With that setup, because of those windows, we were basically able to get 3 full Tyrant windows off with Grimoire, Vile Fiend, and Dreadstalkers all going into that Tyrant. So that's why our Tyrant was super strong. You see our Tyrant crit for almost 10k at the high end there. 38 cast from the Tyrant. So that was the playstyle with that, where like this setup is like you're basically front loaded. You have a huge power spike in that opener. And if you can reopen, and there's mechanics in the fight where you get all of those cooldowns back up again into your Tyrant, it's just super strong. And since we're running that conduit, it has similar synergy.
Also, the Gargants do our frontal. It is very painful. Okay, keep. Mirror images and Warlock pets need to not hit extra shit.
Are you playing on blue switches or razor greens? I'm actually playing on a. I actually don't know what these switches are. I have a orb weaver. Do you know what that is?
Should we use stone them
It's like a
up?
left-hand keyboard thing. I'm actually about to get a new one here, because this one I've had this one for a couple years,
Stun DR when they're not.
and then most of my binds are on my mouse.
You wouldn't mind resing us before this mob.
It's like this thing. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? It's like a left-handed little left-handed mouse, but it's like the keyboard.
Shout out to Heal for being the fastest reser.
I have a keyboard too, which it's not a mechanical one. It's just like a normal keyboard for like if I have to type or whatever. Which conduit am I using? I'm using the I need to remember the names of these. Tyrant Soul, and we're running Wilfred's Legendary. So the idea is that if we're able to have burst windows and line it up with our Felguard like every other Tyrant, then that's fine. Or if we have like downtime. Otherwise, we're getting as
Yeah,
many
we have more
Tyrants off as we
trash
can in a fight to maximize Tyrant Soul and have like 30-second buffed
God,
pet windows
I'm weak.
as much as
So
possible.
there are 2 new mechanics, I think. Only 2. The first is that the first ad he does when he leaps to someone when we soak, everyone who soaks gets a bleeding dot. So we don't want too many people to soak. We want probably like 5 or 6 people to soak. I'm not gonna assign like groups to soak. It's just if you see they're alone, go help them, and if you see that they are like, don't stand to that.
Do you open with your big pets into the Tyrant? Yes.
If you see that there's a bunch of people, maybe don't go in.
Yeah, you'll be able to see my opener pretty obvious.
We'll have the bleed and not enough, they just die. The other one is on Heroic, the second guy, Barghast. 2 things. The healable soul he summons does damage to us when it's alive, so just same as always, healers blast that thing. And he summons 2 shades instead of 1, which just means we need 2 forms of CC. It's really important that we don't like dot them accidentally or break CC, because we have 1 mage and no other spammable CC.
We can spam hibernate.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, we have.
Your Hex is
Okay, you know, fine, but still, don't dot them. It's bad practice.
We could probably guilt Ryan.
He'll be here soon, I'm sure. Anyways, yes, those are the 2 main changes, and trying to think about. I think we're gonna lust during the second.
Is the Horn Lego the wrong one to use? No, I actually really like that. I like all the legendaries a lot. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit.
Did I?
I actually really like all the legendaries a lot. The horned one. So I'm trying this because I haven't really gotten to test this, but I really like having my Tyrant up more just from like how it feels. I don't know if it's better. I just like it more. If that makes sense. So if you have horned, I have horned as well right here on the ring. This is very good, and like you don't have to worry about it. I think Wilfred's is going to be a little bit higher skill cap if you can get good with pairing it with your other pets.
Other than that,
But it's a little more reactionary and requires a little more thought process since your Tyrant cooldown's always changing a little bit. But so our opener, like I said, our opener is going to be basically we're going to pot, we're going to use Grimoire, we're going to Vile Fiend, Dreadstalkers into Tyrant. That's like our big opener. We want to do that in that order because that will allow, because Dreadstalkers has the shortest duration, then Vile Fiend's a 15, Grimoire 17. If we do all that, we get all of them about like a 13, 14 second duration. Then we extend them. That means all of those pets are going to be up for the Tyrant's conduit buff. Is that making sense?
Nope. We are
So you want to do it in that order, so you have all of those pets
second
up in that
together
for the
after the first
entirety of
sword
that
and
buff
shades.
after your Tyrant falls.
So like Andrew or whichever tank has him, just like
And
the
then
boss where
right
you
after
always
that,
tank him,
I
and then,
pop my on use, my Blood
maybe,
Fury. I pop
take the
Demonic
other drop
Strength.
there.
I'm actually
And
gonna
then we always
use
wanna
a
be hitting
different
the
one.
boss. We want to be hitting the boss and cleaving off the ads, not vice versa. And then also melee try to be on the opposite side.
I'm gonna
so we
run
don't
this
get hit by the
trinket
ranged spread shot.
this time because I pair this with my Demonic Strength.
Sinseeker, if it's on you,
and there's a
you're
good
not
amount of
stacking
cleave
someone
here on
else
this
with it,
fight.
Just stand still and just move.
So we'll try
cleaves
this
you.
time and see how it goes.
And take your circles out in phase 3. I'm gonna assign people to soak just because it'll be easier. This is only for phase 1, but I'm gonna have. Oh, is Terra in here?
What legendary? We're using Wilfred's. Wilfred's. Horned is also very good. My plan is to get like every legendary like level 1 to kind of test them and just see. But my thought process with making Wilfred's now is that like if I want to play Destro or Affliction at all, then I have at least a legendary that's decent because all the other stuff I had was like demo only. Very glad I found your channel, bro. Really nice to have fellow Demolock making content and providing info. Hey, I'm glad that you like it, man.
East, west, or north, south. I'll just take whatever one is closest to that far corner.
The first phase soaking is gonna be Dat, Tear, Kogi, Drizzt, and Wiggles.
Great explanation
also
behind your
help for those
rationale and your
that have the
choices. Hey,
relative
thanks. I
level.
appreciate
So
that.
just, if you have the soak mechanic, stand still and let those friends come to you.
That's how it works when you're playing these
Besides that,
off
you're
meta
going to
specs,
ready
right?
up,
It's like
personal food if you didn't die.
you gotta try and figure it out. I feel like I need to use this even if I
Yeah, you're
don't
right, I will put
use the on use that often because it's got so much intellect just passively. My hope with doing this setup here is that we're gonna have real strong demonic strength windows with this trinket,
Group
even though
2
this isn't
is the
like
soaking friends
ideal.
group, so you're gonna
I
be on
think
soak
because
duty.
this fight we have so much cleave, we basically want to be trying to pair Tyrant into demonic strength over and over and over again. I'm probably also gonna save my decimating bolt for that window. Probably. My favorite combo with Necrolord, and I don't know if it's like the most efficient, I haven't tried this a bunch of ways, but I go Tyrant into decimating bolt or demonic strength.
Please be
and
careful
pairing
when
those
shades
two-
are out with any random trinkets you have. I know Imperial Ordnance can break them. Just watch it. Don't break them.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so we're going to Tyrant. Decimating Bolt. Big demonic strength here. Hand to Gul'dan. We'll start climbing here on the damage.
Good. It's on Zub. So group number 2. Go help our
Just
friends.
outside melee.
Yep. Very nice.
I should have probably
So
Dreadstalkers
stand
there.
still. Everyone else stand still and move. It's on Fui, Soak. He's gonna meet you. Very nice.
Oh! What was that? Okay, so you see our Tyrant and our Demonic Strength are basically
Everyone will
paired
soak,
up
looks
here.
like. It's on Libby. Libby, come up. Friends, Soak.
So I'm going to get my Dreadstalkers out. I'm going to Tyrant,
Good job, Suckers.
Decimating
Should be
Bolt.
going to phase 2 right about now. Sin Seekers. Pull Barghast away.
Guard time back, Huntsman. Thank you. Sorry.
Melee, we're on the boss. Healers, heal the walking ad. We're gonna CC. Don't touch this.
So I should have my Vile Fiend up for my next... I didn't mean to do that. Hand to Gul'dan there. I should have my Vile Fiend up here for the next Tyrant. We'll see. I might be able to. Damn, dude, I'm misclicking a bunch here. I'm hoping I can get my Tyrant off here at the end of this.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought it was an actual monk.
I want to wait and pair my Grimoire with,
Since you're standing still, melee. Heal the thing, casters.
okay, I'm going to cast
Soul's
one more
dying with
hand
plus
here.
one.
We gotta kill Moon and Triangle.
We're on the.
No, there's time. There's time.
I'd like to do them now. Can we come over kill Triangle? I'm gonna stun it.
Grip Moon in.
Rip soul.
At the boss. Oh, the shields are gonna be right on us.
Ooh.
It's gonna suck.
I hard casted a Demon Bolt there.
Start spamming CC on Moon. We have to kill the other one though. That's at 100 energy. This one needs to die, people. Okay.
Might be a wipe right there.
Wipe it up. First phase was really good. Second phase, we had problems with those ads. I want to kill the shades around like 70 energy, honestly. Maybe like 80.
Should we release?
Yeah, just release and run back. And repair.
Noob question, I love your weak auras. Can I import them from anywhere? Yeah, I just actually made a UI video that, because I've gotten a bunch of questions about my UI. I got, these are just straight from Luxthos. Luxthos. Luxthos, he does a bunch of weak aura stuff on YouTube. And he's got really like, he's got like a website and like really clean, easy way to download it all for every class. So I really recommend checking his stuff out because he does a great job with at least giving you the template if you want to adjust any of it. But it's all Luxthos. I can type it here in chat too.
The tank beforehand. If we want to use an external, we can, but I think the tank's already doing that. Let's just like healer priority is pumping that thing up.
From a PvP standpoint, are you still planning on getting the Drain Life Legendary and building around that? I think it's honestly gonna be our best PvP Legendary. Am I going the wrong way, or am I just really slow?
Spawn the second shade.
We're the right way, right? We'll have to see, man. It's hard for me to say because these legendaries all kind of change play styles.
For the first shade, if that's
You know what I mean?
expect it to be like,
And the Life Drain Legendary, I think, is very good for survival.
we should have Boston.
But I've been playing with a Resto Shaman in twos a lot. I think that's going to be like the comp I'm going to try and push with.
Pull the boss towards the other corner.
And I don't know that I necessarily need the Life Drain Legendary. I don't really know what Legendary to run, to be honest. Like, I feel like Demonic Synergy is probably like the best all around just because it's going to kind of always give you damage, but I'm pretty torn on what Legendary I think is the best for PvP because it significantly impacts your talents and all that as well.
Taking the boss a little closer to the middle of the room.
I mean, a lot of, like, Wilfrid's changes your playstyle, right? You have Tyrant up more often, so if you play Wilfrid's, maybe you don't run Felguard. Like, you have, like, options of, like, kind of how you want stuff to synergize.
I mean, we can.
And I don't know. I don't have, like, a clear-cut answer for you on, like, exactly what I think is going to be best yet. I think Life Drain will have insane survivability if you pair that with the Life Drain Conduit and the Essence Drain PvP talent. It's pretty nuts. It pretty makes you pretty beefy.
So, like, I feel like it's better if the boss is in the middle of the room and we're all just fanned out around him.
I'm gonna say we just tank him there again.
How much does it really improve the healing? It doesn't improve the healing, it just does it faster. It doesn't, I don't believe it heals you more. It just, the channel it takes half as long and it heals you for the same amount, but it's just half as long. Say 5 ticks of Life Drain occur. If it took 3 seconds, it takes 1.5 seconds, but you still get those 5 ticks. It just happens quicker in succession.
Yep.
So you don't actually gain more overall healing, assuming you have like a full cast off. It's just a faster cast, so it's easier to get that off. That also pairs with the proc on Essence Drain, triggers faster too.
Like 90% sure.
So if you do all that together, it will make you, it will be for sure the tankiest setup that you can have, which I think will have some viability for Demo because we're already kind of tanky.
I thought I popped way more defensive for the second one.
I don't know if it'll be the best, but I'm definitely going to make that legendary because I think that playstyle is going to be really fun and it'll make you like a god in world PvP because you're going to just be so heal for so much and be so hard to kill. Okay, I'm going to wait for Lust here to pop my potion. Kind of did stuff in a weird order there. Tyrant, Decimating Bolt.
Soak Lunge. Sense Seekers. Don't be in those melee.
It's real important with this build to make sure you dump your demonic core procs fast,
Soak.
because you actually get a
It's
bunch of them in a row right there in that like one window. That's one thing, like when I was running this this setup a bunch early on that I figured out, and it kind of taken me a little bit to like relearn that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop. Actually, I'm gonna wait. That was kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know if that was ideal. I kind of did that at weird
One last
timing.
Soak on Zub.
I'm gonna pop one more tyrant or hand here. I
Good.
mean,
Remember, we're starting with these bosses split, and we're on the main boss.
okay. I'm gonna double demon bolt here because
See some
again we're gonna
shades.
get those procs. I'm gonna normal pet whirlwind.
Spam if you have to. Lust.
Shit. I wonder if I need to hold my.
Sense Seekers.
I keep kind of missing this lust. I'm just gonna pop everything as fast as it comes up. Actually, I'm doing actually pretty good with keeping my tyrant down here.
UCC move.
Here's Lore. We're gonna go kill shades. Start on Moon.
Good try, Clint.
Okay, wipe it up.
Damn.
First phase was better. Loopy before we bring him in, or who had him to bring him in?
That's me. Yeah.
Okay. Wait until the shades appear, because they appear next to him, and attack them further.
I wonder if I need to hold my second tyrant, because I keep missing that bloodlust, and I feel like it's probably not worth.
Out and in if we have to, just for mechanics sake. That's totally fine. So wait till the
So-
Rip Soul. Yeah, go Black.
So
Let me catch up
we
with
need to
chat
call
real
if
quick,
we're not gonna
guys.
heal the Rip Soul. Like that's why we got there. 'Cause I didn't move the boss fast enough, but no one said anything, so I assumed we were fine without moving the boss.
Do I ever get FPS drops in Torghast? No.
Need to heal
I get them in this raid a
No,
lot, but not
like,
in
if we're not going to
Torghast.
heal it in time, and I have to move, right? Because so first Rip Soul, we didn't move the boss. We healed it in time, and it was fine. The second Rip Soul got to the boss, and that's why we wiped. And I mean, I can look, but I don't know how fast we're gonna heal it. So the healers have to say that we need to move the boss.
Yeah, I'm liking it with Essence Drain so far. Last question. If I pop Dreadstalkers and Grimoire Felguard, how important is it getting the Tyrant off right
Yeah, sorry. I also
then
did say
versus
this
5 second
about
later?
the
If
second
you're
version.
running, if you're not running this conduit, it doesn't matter.
I mean, but, like if it's hard to predict, I can
Tyrant
always,
Soul, you want to
Like,
make
that's
sure
all-
you
that's
get
gonna
it
be
right
50-50.
away. If you're
I'd
not
rather
running
not
Tyrant
if we
Soul,
don't
it doesn't matter that much. It's the same thing as long as you cast it while they're up. It's the same difference either way, right? Because you're extending the duration by the duration. The only reason if you're running Tyrant Soul, since the buff happens after, you want to have as much time on them after. So that's why you want to do it really, really fast. If you're not running Tyrant Soul, then you can do it anytime while they're alive. What soul bot am I using? The Tyrant Soul one. What's up, Sandy? How you doing? Soul Rot and then Howl of Terror with Life Drain. Ooh, that sounds like that'd probably be pretty fun.
People
I could see that.
on feast food like personal food. Is your secondary really that much better?
What leg am I using at the moment? I'm using Wilfred's. I've been playing with Wilfred's because I like this playstyle a lot. But I'm mostly trying to get used to it and trying to get better at using it and being better with managing my Tyrant cooldown. I also have
We're
Horn,
really close to
Horn
getting through that
Nightmare.
phase. Just we keep the shades away and we pump the soul, we'll be okay.
Oh, the person I'm using Emily, the second one. Fuck, kind of messed up my opener there.
So replicate, helper, soakers. Good job. Stunning still now.
Whoa.
What's up, Jay? Help him out, soakers.
I'm gonna pop my Vile Fiend here right away, and I'm gonna actually hold Tyrant though, and see if maybe I can pair it up with our Bloodlust a little bit better. I think that's probably worth it. Same with Decimating Bolt. I'm gonna hold it here because I think it really gains most of the value pairing it with Tyrant, or if the boss is really low. This might be a mistake from a DPS perspective, but we'll see.
Rip souls coming out, healers. Wait for them to appear, Loopy. Okay, now move, CC them. Lost.
So I'm not getting it paired up there with... I didn't want to wait that extra 10 seconds. I'll pop it here though. A little laggy, frame drops.
We're gonna kill shades very soon. We're gonna go kill shades now, mainly. Or casters, or DPS. Kill the shades. Stun them when they get close to casting. CC the new shades, Quan and stun. Big heals for this. Good. We're gonna kill those shades later.
Go when I should stop having him move around.
We need a warrior shout and darkness. Thank you.
I didn't mean to do that, Demon Bolt.
Take those to the edges. Remember, you slow down as it goes, so you gotta get there immediately. Stand slow for Sin Seekers. Good, we're gonna kill the Shade Ads now. Go. Circles out, good grips.
Ideally, if I could, maybe it's worth holding my demonic strength here for this.
Very nice job. Keep taking our circles out, and we'll have this.
Tyrant up. I'm gonna hold my decimating bolt here for Tyrant. Oh, we're gonna have big here. One more. Get this off. Go, go, go. Please get it off. I think I got that.
Alright, now we're on Hecutus. We're trying to kill him. Sin Seekers, stand still. Now the boss takes double damage. Blast him.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a mechanic. I feel like that's probably important to know for timing your cooldowns. That makes sense. We did this the first time and I was like, how are people doing like 8,000 DPS? Like, people aren't usually popping off that much. The coil.
Great job.
Nice. Subscribe, keep on rocking, bro. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, welcome.
Hey, let's go. Never mind, that's not a weapon. That's in the chest.
So, I did terrible with timing that bonus damage. I didn't understand that mechanic, but we still did 8.5k DPS there. But I'm obviously misunderstanding those burst windows because I think if I just hold my shit, if they're taking double damage, I just need to hold my cooldowns for that window. I think I played that a little poorly, probably. This is heroic? Yeah, this is heroic. Too easy for your group? We, so this is... We're not, like, very serious raiders at all, but, why are people doing 14k DPS? It's just because there's a mechanic on that fight where you get, like, a massive DPS boost, I guess. To be honest, I don't know, because I don't know the mechanics on a lot of these fights very well. I mess up a lot of mechanics in this raid. But so this is like this whole group, basically like 85-90% of this group, we all raided classic together, so we all have played together for a while.
Think they respawn.
So like I would say like our kind of like our group synergy is pretty good on this stuff, and we've gotten a week or so of clears. Ooh. Is the can you guys tell me, is the I tried to change my stream settings so that the resolution's 1080 on YouTube. Is it are you guys able to see it at 1080p?
We are going to hunt.
There was like
right
a couple settings in the stream stuff that I had to mess with because I'm a noob and I don't know
1, 2, 3,
how to do this stuff.
Oh wait, I don't know. Are you guys done yet?
Yeah.
There's a mirror that opens, by the way.
Oh, okay. Res the dead. Can I get a summon still?
Yeah, 1080p. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me. What's the mechanic that he's taking so much damage?
Are you guys in combat?
You'd be here if you just walked. It's like 2 feet.
I didn't realize no one summoned. Just fucking summon. We got step 1 down.
I need to figure that one out. Figure that one out.
Hey, 2 steps is a lot of steps.
Thank you. Nice. Let's keep clearing trash. Can I get warrior shot, please?
Get those 213 BOEs, boys.
Here we go. Big burst. Ready?
I love Kyrian warriors.
Didn't last long.
You hear that, Travis?
It was nice though.
Hey man, they just got nerfed.
That's Gorfins.
I realized
That
we
wasn't
had-
going
yeah,
It was versatile.
How'd they get nerfed
They reduced the mastery of with the Kyrian.
in PvP?
Yeah.
Still nerf, Liam.
I'll
didn't
take
need
my
that
large.
shit.
I'll take my large executes over your little.
Oh no, and I did
I-
arena-
On a PvP, it's kind of fucking clean.
yeah.
Crazy boy.
Like, the point of doing Kyrian Rep Pally isn't for the Kyrian damage, it's just to hold them down while the Rep Pally fucks them.
I am the storm.
No one who's stormed.
Yeah. See, this guy gets it.
Don't talk to me, warrior.
Whoa.
I'm just trying to catch up to these mobs to storm and they just keep fucking leaping away. Okay,
Besides, I'm a fury warrior, not an arms. Leave me alone.
so
Only
we're
difference
changing
is the orb dudes, right?
orbs. Yeah, we're changing positioning for this fight because a good friend of ours gave some insight that will make this hopefully a lot easier.
Remember my
the
name? I'll
trick
send
for
you some
heroic
messages
now
sometime.
is that
I work in
sponge,
video
when
graphic
we all have the
creations. Use
circles and we
SBS with
spread out,
local television
leaves an
station a
orb
lot.
behind.
Glad to help you
Each
optimize the
person
stream.
will drop
Hey,
an orb.
that'd be
If
awesome,
you're
man.
above 25% health, just run back
All
into
about it.
We'll
I have a
absorb
couple
Don't
like
get
random
more
things
than
I'd
one
gotten on
because it's
Fiverr
block
like
damage.
a year ago, like little
So
transitions
just
and
for me,
stuff.
spread out for a
But
sponge, wait
that'd
a
be awesome,
second,
man.
Run to your orb, then go back.
I
It's that
appreciate
easy.
it, William. Thank you.
As for 1 second, I have to pull up BRT. We are taking the boss in the center of the room with 4 different markers around him.
So on this fight, this conduit thing I think is gonna be really OP. Demonic momentum. Because what I did this last time kind of accidentally, is we were standing like where we stand in our groups, but when you run
So,
out,
the way this works
I
is
have my
set up
circle here,
bigwigs to
and then you
hopefully
get a
mark
movement
the
speed
Miasma
thing to go
targets
back in.
with one of those 4
So if I
icons. So
timed
if
it
you
right,
get
you,
that icon
you get
of
like a little
Miasma,
sprint. Was really helpful.
You are going to that marker. If there are 5, because we have a large raid group, if you're not one of those 4 markers, just stay where you are. Besides that, they nerfed. You guys know you did it yesterday. They nerfed volatile, so it's slower. But the way we do it now is like if you run between the 2 groups, the odds are you won't be with another person, and even if you are, you can easily fit side by side. I'm gonna have group 1, which includes the tanks, on Diamond, group 2 on Star, group 3 on Triangle, group 4 on Circle. Raid warning that.
Why
So we're
is
group
that
3.
the tanks?
We're on triangle.
Because there's no reason not to be inclusive.
This is you stacking for soak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we wouldn't want the extra damage on tanks.
We'll see. If there's too much extra damage, we'll change the positioning.
What are you on group 5 at?
Look in your group and like your place in your
How
group,
hard do we
you're with
think
that group.
Mythic
So,
Shriekwing
Skullman's
is?
Group 1, Plumper
Is that
group
pretty
2,
hard?
Libby group 3, Barux is group 4, and then Zoomers do whatever the fuck you want. Just be in a group.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't give him
Get
that
out of
power.
here.
So we really want to make sure tanks like have the time to position. So like melee, you might as well, or just I don't know. You can follow
Yeah,
back
see,
to
so,
groups,
like,
but just it's gonna take them
so
to position
sprint.
before you do all your shit.
It's pretty nice.
Are there any questions before we start? We're gonna be lusting on pull.
Let's go pull, dude. That's us. That's us. Big damn.
Drop another store wall.
Where do we want to take the lines between the groups? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, you want them between the groups.
Okay.
In the unlikely event that like all 3 lines are on triangle, spread out as you can, and if you have to hit the group, only hit them with 1, because otherwise we all die. But I think there'll be enough space between groups. Actually, he has a huge hitbox. Let me scoot those.
All right, what are we wanting from?
Beams go.
He only drops a belt.
Yes.
It's kind of anticlimactic.
Is there enough? Can you standardize like everyone goes left of their group in between or right?
Sure. Everyone goes left with the beam. Any other questions?
So I'm in circle, and if I get a beam, I'm supposed to go between diamond and circle to drop it?
No, you're going left, so circle and triangle.
I got a question. So when we get consumed and we drop that orb, you're saying you wait a second and you pop back onto the orb, blow it up if you're
Yes.
above 25%?
If you're above 25, heal yourself, call for healing. If you have like miasma and you're worried, you can ask a friend to help you with like an immunity. But after the circles we run out for expunge, we're in charge of your own balls.
I feel like I'm gonna mess this up.
Yes.
Polaris, I'll do him first after expunge if it's a lot of damage. Otherwise, we can just kind of play it out.
Remember, you're in your groups, but if you get a miasma icon, you go to that corresponding marker. Afterwards, once it's gone and the next hit is up, you should go back.
Now, will big wigs put them on us even if we don't have big wigs?
How do you get an umbrella?
Yes, I should be marking them as long as something else I'm doing or someone else's with assist isn't messing with it.
I'm sorry. If we get miasma, where do you want us going?
You go to, there should be one of those 4 markers will be your marker. You just go to that corresponding ground place.
Okay, so we're just like playing the game normally, as in like before we get miasma, we're just attacking him wherever, and then we go to those locations only if we get miasma.
You're always at your marker. If you get miasma for a different marker, you go to that different marker, but otherwise we want to stay stacked.
I see, so the marker will appear on my head and then I'll go to the corresponding.
Otherwise, just stay put.
Should we go back? Like, let's say I'm on triangle, I get a miasma for diamond, I go over there, drop it. Should I go back to triangle?
Yes, you should.
Okay, cool.
Very good question. Okay.
That's actually what my question was. I wasn't wording it properly.
Tank and spank.
Yeah, we're gonna pull. Just everyone remember where you are. It's 1 diamond, 2 star, 3 triangle, 4 circle.
Is this lost on pull?
Yes. Old Tiger going left. You want to go out of your group, you don't want to go behind them because that doesn't do anything. Good, new markers. Expunge, spread out, and afterwards soak your orb, we should all be healthy. Back to your stacks.
There's orbs left.
I'm gonna soak them.
Res block.
Yeah, here's quick.
Get out of your stack if you have the ejection.
Star, get out of here.
I don't think that's worth it to do this little stupid trinket and I'm like running in a circle like an idiot. Oh, dude, we're topping the meters.
Spread out.
Make sure we're soaked these before we go back in.
I can't soak mine. Can someone get it with an immunity, please? The last 2 that are up.
Just one back right, someone grab that.
Thank you. Run away.
Oh shit. Popping unending resolve.
Be with your friends though so they can leech off you. Give them time to reposition.
Diamond person, get up. Diamond with miasma, you're in the wrong spot.
Yep. Move if you need to right now. We got new ones. We're
I
having.
don't see mine.
Then I
Am I
believe the
diamond?
triangle. Soak yours.
There is a fifth one, by
So,
the way.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and wipe it up. Clara was damaged too much because you're soaking.
Can we get a B-res on a healer so we don't have to release?
Yeah.
No. They're all alive right now.
2 minutes.
I can onk in the back, don't worry about it.
We also don't have a B-res. Yeah, we'll just onk. Don't release.
Can we, Ethan, can we move those markers a little closer so that healing rain and totems will actually reach everyone?
Yes, I can do that.
Is there any... Okay.
It just means there's potentially less space for 2 arrows in the same quadrant. Don't release. Do not
Do
release.
not release.
So I think if I
Really just
Big
where
wave,
the fuck's that?
I'm trying to think about this, when we get the circles and we have to run away, I think if I port, I can still be in range
If you're the 5th
and
with no mark, you
maintain my
stay in your group.
uptime.
It actually put a moon on me.
Sit
so
there in
there's-
DPS till I have to absorb the orb and then run in, which will be, I think, really huge because we have to do that mechanic so much.
You just make a pentagon.
I'll move them in.
One thing is I was seeing like I got the miasma debuff, but I wasn't getting a marker on my head. Do I just still move to the left?
No, okay, no. So you move to the left with the volatile charge arrows. To
Oh,
get out of the group
okay,
and
okay,
not
okay.
stack with someone else. With the
Okay.
miasma, if you're unmarked, apparently there's going to be someone unmarked. You stay in your group. I thought I saw it only marking 3 out of the 4. If so, I'll try to call it out. But if you are not marked but you have miasma, stay in your group.
Here's my bingo tile for that one.
Okay, got it.
Just so you know, if you soak with immunities, it still gives you stacks, which means you'll get absolutely wasted next time. So it's really important that we soak our own.
Well, I wonder why there were so many not getting soaked.
Does it just get too hectic or something if, like,
My,
people that can actually make it to the edges
from,
of leave their orb?
with the big follow, hey,
Like,
thank you,
is there too
welcome,
much damage
welcome.
Going out, everybody soaking their own orb.
Well, if you don't soak them, they explode, so that's why we soak them. And if you soak more than one, you probably die.
I didn't know they exploded.
Yes, otherwise we could just leave them there potentially if we had good positioning.
So I think if I leave my circle right here, this gets me out and I'll still be in range of the boss. So
I
we'll
want
try
to
that. As soon as we get the circle, we're gonna hit it
Or-
and get out of there.
Actually, looking at the dungeon
I'm
journal,
wondering
it looks
when the
like it
hell I
doesn't
should use
explode on
this
heroic,
though.
Which means
Like, is the
if they
300
are stuck,
haste
but,
worth it?
In that case, if we miss one, but it is far enough away, we'll be okay. But ideally, we want to soak them to just make the fight cleaner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just, like, the videos that I was watching, there were orbs, like, everywhere around the edges of the room.
You talking about
the
expunge, right? My dungeon journal does say that in heroic and mythic difficulties, an obliterating lift is left when it's not like taken
That's the
care
ball.
of.
Yeah, so that's the orb that's left. The question was if the orbs blow up after.
It looks like they don't.
No, they don't.
No.
So if you have the mobility to get the fuck out of the room, like to the edges for expunge, do so.
So they don't have to be picked up or soaked.
No, but you should soak them if you can because it'll leave us more space for all the others.
Right,
Because it will leave something that will kill someone if they run into it.
Yeah.
So the reason you want to soak is because if you leave one, don't soak it, and then go back, and there's no room, and then you end up like soaking that one and the new one, and you just die.
We'll also get killed by consume.
Yeah, there's just other mechanics that require space.
Could we also get like a
Alright, I'm gonna
lock
sit
gate
down.
or maybe 2 since we've got 2 locks for like consume and stuff?
Just one lock gate from here to triangle should be good. Especially now with the lock gate, if we can come to this area where we are now, it's ideal. I know it may be, if you're immobile and on diamond, it may be hard, but it'll just help us keep you up. Especially if you have miasma, if you go to the far side and it's only you, you die. We'll see how the lock gate goes. Liam, are you ready?
Do you want me to move it?
Okay. I'm just worried someone's gonna click it and be sent out, but it'll be fine. We're gonna pull. Perfect, thank you. We're going to the left of our groups. Good, it's switching. Spread out. Go very far if you can.
Oh, dude, that's pretty OP.
Soak your ball if it's inwards. Lasers.
Sorry, guys.
Just keep going. Go to your new markers. Volatiles. Run away. Try to be with the rest of the group. Stack with the miasma people. Volatiles, get out. Good, go to your place if you have a marker. Star, you need to move. Plasma down. Oh, spread out now. You'll go back to Star after. If you're healthy, soak your ball. Also get back to the miasma people to help them out. Sponge, spread out. After you drop, or you get your orb, go help a friend with miasma. They're gonna die. Volatiles. Run away. Try to get back towards your spots, lasers. The tanks are doing their best, are doing a good job being around him. There's not many of us, there's like half of us alive. Just keep going.
We're gonna try to do your best to take the lasers to the left.
Yes. Sponge spread. On your way back, find a friend first with miasma, then go back. They're gonna die otherwise. If you have miasma, find a friend to run to. Lasers. Throw a B-res on Angel, or throw a B-res on Replicate, don't take it. Coach, if you can Soulstone, Replicate. Good, just wipe it up. Don't release. Two things I learned. Just die. Two things I learned. Don't release.
Whew. We're doing okay, so
One is
I'm
that
getting the hang of the
debuff I saw
fight.
is volatile ejection. That debuff is increased a shit ton, which means it's like 40 seconds, which means like if you have a laser, you cannot be in the group. I'm assuming it doesn't target back to back. but like I died from a laser in the group, which I thought wouldn't kill me, but the debuff lasts forever. The orbs give no debuff, they're just 9,000 flat damage you can soak.
Which I feel
you
like
can let
the
Healthstone do
fact that
both
we're
things.
running
You can't heal
Demon
targets
Armor,
with
whatever
miasma,
this is
you just have to
called,
physically get to them, and they'll start healing.
Demon Skin, is I'm actually like mitigating. Let's look at our healing done. I feel like I'm mitigating a lot of damage this fight.
Yes, that's fine.
Shoot.
I think that's how we're losing.
Yeah, 406,000. Oh,
Oh, you don't? Okay, so health pots don't work. Okay, no, they don't. Spirit Link does work to readjust health, but besides that, I don't think anything does.
oh, there's a miasma thing. Either way, I'm getting 180. I had 180,000 healing done from Soul Leech, that pull alone. So I feel like that's probably
On how much you healed during consume.
pretty worth it.
Let's check.
Because like you could run Burning Rush, but it's like I don't feel like in this situation that would be. I mean, you might have a little more uptime, but that's a ton of damage. I'm not having to.
For 404k. No, it's not that bad.
I really like this strategy of putting my
arrows, you need to get out of the group.
Circle here.
Because you will kill anyone who
It's
just
letting
had
me
the
get
arrow.
like a solid couple casts off every single time I'm
soak
doing
your
that.
orb. Someone else can take care of it, or we'll just be fine. And besides that, it was looking pretty good. Yes, reflask if you need to, resharpen or re-oil.
So I think we're gonna have to have the melee that aren't moving for expunge to actually start moving away from them. Because whoever's not currently tanking is moving away, and then whoever's currently tanking just has like 6 stacks of whatever debuff the boss gets, while the other tank is like trying to get away for expunge. So I think if me and Glar like just spread out across the melee range of the boss so we can still taunt swap, whichever melee are still staying in, you're gonna have to get out.
Yeah, if you're a melee on diamond, you need to leave. If you're anyone on diamond, you need to leave and let the tank stay there.
It's gonna be anyone. Like, I don't think you can be on melee.
Their circles are gonna be like
the tank circles
around
are
most of the
huge.
boss. Yeah.
Because the circles scale with missing health, and we're not topped off during that phase because there's so much movement. So you have to be far away, and you have to be careful edging our circles because if we get autoed, it like blows up in size immediately.
I'm gonna swap who's in group 1. Now look at group 1 now has 2 Demon Hunters and a Monks. You guys can get the fuck out really fast. Group 1 and 2, some people have swapped, so check your group.
Do you want to? I don't know what group 2 is.
I think we got this after a couple more pulls here. I think there's a good amount of mechanics on this fight, and people just need to see them. I know, like I'm feeling more comfortable. I'm having a hard time seeing when I'm getting the
it's not that one.
Whatever it's called, the spike line thing that he does. And I need to go from here, and I need to move right here to the left.
literally have to be on his
I'm having a
ads,
hard time
because
seeing
I
when I'm
was
getting
definitely in
that.
your
I did get it
circle,
once that last time. I'm having a
when I
hard
was, like,
time.
on
I
the
can't tell
star
really what I
when
need to
you
be
run
watching
diamond.
to make
It's
sure.
pretty
I'm
large.
Exactly. I'm just
seeing
saying
that.
like melee should not worry about DPSing during expunge. Because we're gonna have to spread out along the melee range.
Like warriors just heroic leap out and charge back in later.
True. And ignore.
You guys
ping.
should have told me my big wigs was like overlapping my.
I know
movers
Ponya's
here.
1 sec, I'm gonna ready to see if he's back. So remember, arrows, you need to be out of the group. You're in the group, you kill everyone who just did the mechanic correctly.
I tried to take him to the left. I went right one time. I had enough time to correct, but it's pretty tight between the groups.
If for some reason you mess up or you get unlucky and there's 2 of you, I think there is enough room for you to like be side by side and not overlapping. Only 2 though. We're
Also,
gonna pull.
It's better to kill the one person than
Yes.
the whole group by like walking back through the group.
Yes.
Go the wrong way.
Good job on injections, it looks like. Miasma's move. Expunge move.
Oh, I didn't put my circle down.
Non-miasma people soak your orbs. Miasma people just get back to safety. Laser. Sponge. Same thing, miasma people don't soak your orb, but just run to someone else to let them heal you.
And move it in a little bit.
Arrows.
I'm gonna wait for Dreadstalkers to come up and then
Run
I'm gonna...
away.
Shit.
Just help your miasma friends.
Get to the wall.
There's gonna be volatile soon. Get to your spots quickly.
I'm actually gonna wait for Felguard again here, since I have everything
Good job on
up.
volatile. Come back to your spots. Expunge. Back to your spot. Volatile. Spun. Back to your spots. Res blur. Volatile arrows, be the sides. Remember, we go to the left.
I don't know if that was me or not.
Try to help you, Miasma friend. Okay, back to your markers. They're gonna reposition. Volatiles.
You guys can't.
Keep going. You can't leave your volatile in the group. You're gonna kill possibly the whole group. You get to the center, and you know maybe both of you die, but that's better than the group. Expunge. Help a friend.
Star, don't be in here.
Diamond has a spot for someone. Volatiles, get out.
What, Diamond?
Crush your Diamond, last switch. It's a lot of balls.
Oh, I didn't soak it.
Go ahead and be res a healer again if you can. Just res a healer, don't take it, and don't release. We're gonna wipe.
I feel like I'm getting the fight down though.
Don't release.
Our uptime is decent.
Okay, heal for resist.
I'm not sure.
Don't release.
I'm not sure if I should just be like casting Tyrant on cooldown.
That was better, obviously.
And not trying to pair it with Grimoire Felguard. I don't know. It's nice because in this fight,
I know it's hard when we come
there's
back
so
from
much
consumption to
movement
get to
that
your stack,
if I cast
but there's no
Tyrant, like
reason
it
to
still
not
has
be
that
on the
uptime,
marker.
even if it's not
You don't,
completely
be
like
to the side,
maxed
we'll just
out.
get you or someone else killed. Just be literally
I
on
feel
the
like I
marker.
probably should just be casting everything on
get
cooldown
volatile,
because there's so much
plenty of
movement
space
that I end up
between
having to
two markers
hold
for
stuff too long if I get unlucky with timing. You know what I mean?
Always go to the left.
Yeah,
Okay. probably try that this time. Like literally just keep using everything off cooldown and not even worry about stacking it. What's up, Shosh?
Just have the stands on circle.
Am I the only one that watches on Twitch? I think so. There's like 38 people on YouTube,
Yep,
I think.
that will
You are.
happen,
You're literally the
apparently.
only
It
one
just
on
means
Twitch.
Leave early so you can figure out who's going closer to the next group.
What's up, Shosh? How you doing, man?
Yeah, sometimes there's a fifth and sometimes there's four and the symbol's not on there. Try to figure out which one you should be going to. It's unfortunate we have to do that. Yep.
Swap to YouTube so you don't have to look at 2 different chat windows. I have Restream is what I use, so it's all in one like chat thing.
There was another
So no worries, man. If you
want
want to stay on Twitch, it's okay.
No, like when expunge happens, like no matter what you have, don't run to the boss. Run to
It
someone
just
with
might be
miasma
a
or
might be a
someone without
lonely
miasma if you
chat
have it,
channel
so you
for you,
can
you know.
not die. Take the shortest route to give yourself potential healing, and you won't die, or at least you're less likely to die. That's what's important, and then you can go back to the boss and you can go back to your markers. But it's really important that if you don't have miasma, you don't just leave them all in the dust for them to die.
Same with Unconsume.
Yes, on consume, you should like find a buddy with a circle and deal with them. Blaris, what are you trying to say? Also feast.
That it's sometimes hard to find them to soak them if they're like fucking in the back of the room. If they're more, you know, in the middle, it's easier to like run back to the boss and catch them, you know, as you're going.
When you say this, you mean the outside being
You're
like
on
the
YouTube
gate
now.
we can't pass, and the middle being like where the feast is coming?
Welcome to YouTube, dude.
Okay. I mean, you want to be literally as far away as possible. I'd rather have people on the wall.
Have you been doing much Nax? No, we did a little
no,
bit.
not for expunge. No.
But this is all like the same guys. So we all basically started playing retail, and
So we're all stacking up on each other anyway.
Yes, we should. And,
the plan is to do Nax eventually,
that'll help.
but we're
It's okay if you
prioritizing this
don't,
right
if you
now.
don't have miasma, but like I said, if you end up with miasma alone on the other side, you die. Ideally, we all come back to this front spot.
So if the people who have miasma aren't going as far on expunge to make it easier for people to find them to soak, that also means that their orb is going to be more central, and we already told them not to soak the orb.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't
Will
think
that
they
be an
need to. I don't think they need to.
I think I
stay
can
that
use
close.
gate
You just need to be
for
close
the
to like one
big
other
blue
person
circle,
group up
and I
with
think I
them.
can use
The people
circle
I've seen die with miasma post expunge
for
are
the
just
other
running
one.
back to the
That's
boss
what I'm
and
gonna
no one's
try and
running to
do.
help them, and then they die right as they reach the boss.
Nax has been a heap of fun. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it, man.
Any
We did
questions?
do Nax a little bit. I had to go out of town like 1 week right after it came out.
Hey, we got pretty low this time, guys. Let's keep it
Um,
up. Let's just clean it up, and we're getting into the rhythm of this. And
And we did like 1 week
Our
of
biggest
it,
problem
and we
has been
really
the
liked
arrows, and
it.
if we're getting better, if we just keep
but-
improving on those, we'll get this boss down.
It's just there's only so much time. A lot of us are really
Make sure
enjoying
on
retail.
the,
it's just a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean?
the
It's just
expunges
a
later
lot
on
of
in the
raiding, a
fight,
lot of stuff
how
to
low
try and
you
play
can
both
pop the health
games.
stone on those to reduce the size of your circle and make it easier.
Cecil with the big follow. Hey, thanks, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Based on how much health you're missing, so if you have any self-healing or health stones up, it can help a lot.
Everyone's ready, we're gonna go. Remember, volatiles go to the left.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Volatile coming out. We go left. Okay, spread out, you two. Remember, we go left, okay? That was still a really good positioning. Find your circle. Sponge, spread up.
Oh. Almost ran too early.
Get back to your spot. Volatiles, go out to the left. Really try to be stacked up on your marker. Make it easy for the injections. Expunge.
wait for this
Objections.
dog's cast here.
Good job on that. Remember, we go to the left.
Tyrant.
Run away. Try to get towards the front. Watch out for balls. Help our friends.
Find a miasma. Find miasma.
Back to positions.
There's Clark.
Sponge.
I need a buddy at green.
Did I mess that up?
Thank you.
Spread.
I need to make like a sound or something for that because I'm not able to see that when that's happening.
Star, go somewhere else. Oxford.
Laser.
Stay with me, please.
Okay, just wrap it up. We don't have a B-res, but there should be a mirror. Don't release, just have one healer come back.
What sound is this? How do I sample this?
So, injections were better that time, but a lot of people died just to the miasma, as well as consume. I think orbs are also like a very difficult, like there are too many up, so I think I'm going to start doing sucks for that. But yeah, I don't like everyone running to the entrance. I want you to, what Blair said, go directly towards the wall from your marker. So it will be at like north, south, east, west. That way each miasma should have people. But I am going to change groups so each group has a healer for sure.
For the ejection, is there like, so on bigwigs, I'm having a hard time figuring out when it's on me. Like I'm sure I'm probably getting it. I'm trying to watch for debuffs and stuff, but it's not obvious to me. Is there some kind of setting I can change in bigwigs so it is very obvious when I have it?
Yeah, it's your emphasized messages. Just check for that. It'll say, you know, laser on you or beam on you. It's like big and blue text message. And then you should also have a blue thing on top of your head too.
Yeah, there's a big blue triangle.
Yeah.
Emphasize messages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put that, like, right
I'll put that in the
front of you.
middle. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
When you had it on you, Coach, I moved out of the way, and I think you were the only person in there at the time, though.
Yeah, it happened before too, and I like keep watching for it. I'm like, I think I have it, but I'm not. I'm missing like whatever indicator I should be looking at. It's annoying me, but I got it this time. I'll be good. Yeah, so that was what happened that last time we got hit by that. I literally looked at my debuffs and I didn't see it.
Flashing and stuff going around. It's tough to keep track of what the hell's happening.
Like another hour, Tar. If you don't have miasma, please soak your orb. And then I think after every 2 orbs, I'm gonna have an immunity soak it, so I'll go first and probably ask like a hunter to do it next. You're just gonna pop turtle and run through as many orbs as you can while it's up. As long as you don't have miasma. just keep the arrows in the right spots, and remember
Okay.
for eruption, we're running out straight like from our marker. So diamond goes to where the boss is, triangle goes towards the front, and etc. Just go to the four corners.
I think we got this. Hopefully my emphasized messages are like right in front of me here, so it should be a little bit easier.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bull's out coming out. Go to the left. Good job, you two.
I think my pet like tanked.
Find a new circle. Spawn.
Oh,
Soak your orb.
messed that
If you
up.
dropped it in melee.
I don't have a mark, by the way. Then find either stay at yours or find one that doesn't have a circle.
Diamond.
Sponge. The arrows soon get
I
back.
almost did it again, guys.
Help our friends.
There's Clark.
Arrows, get out.
Yeah, it's on you, coach.
Bro, how am I not seeing that?
Yeah.
No melee stand,
Run away.
please.
Can you onk up? Ejection? No, okay. Just... Should you just use onk? Just keep going for now. That's fun. Lasers.
See, so I'm hearing that like ding sound, and that's not. That's the same sound.
Lasers. Get to the left. Run away.
Nice.
Go ahead and wipe it.
Mirrors and blurs, we have them.
We don't have one right now. So Glara and melee not getting far enough from you guys.
Also, I don't think I can tank my own orb. Someone's gonna have to take it when they come back in. So myself, I just whenever it's in melee range.
Okay. If you're in group 1, you're either a demon hunter or a monk, you need to get as far as you can.
No, it's not
And
just. It's all.
No, I
melee.
know it
Like,
rotates. Oh, okay.
no, what I'm saying is all fucking melee. Get out. Like we said this before, and people aren't listening. Because Loopy and I, we have very large circles, and we have to spread out enough that we're not on each other's, which means Loopy's going left and I'm going right, into where the other groups are. And then, like, I'm tanking 2 circles trying to avoid everyone, and it's not fair.
Okay. Then get out as far as you can. No one needs to stage except the tanks.
Could you put markers down for the tanks to specifically go there every time so then everybody knows?
Doesn't matter, you just shouldn't be in range of them, guys.
No.
Yeah, if you go as far away as you can, you don't need to be in range.
I do not want markers, it's just gonna clutter. Like, Loopy and I know where we're going. If no one else is in melee, we're fine. If you are in melee, there's a chance that you're gonna wipe us every time. Some of the time it's fine, but sometimes, like, we get clipped by 2, and then I just die.
It's way more important to be doing expunge properly, getting out far and soaking orb if you can, than just to be hitting the boss during that time.
I know we aren't sending specific runners to pick up orbs right now, but people that have personals where you can immune yourself, might as well just be using to pick up a few when you can. You know, we can have it be part of the strategy.
I was gonna do it, except I just, at the time, the orbs didn't seem that bad. But yeah. We can try to clean up the orbs. Angel, can you master us?
Oh.
And after I go to a different group to get my miasma soaked, where do I go?
Once it's gone?
Yep.
Back to your original group.
Will that help? Will this fix it? Also, the gate cooldown should be up for everyone at like the big blue swirlies. If you guys do want to take the gate.
Dude, I feel like I get baited by the gate. Like I am spam clicking on it. It doesn't work.
It helps if you jump and spam click it.
Basically, only the people on triangle can take that though, because everybody's running directly behind where their mark is.
We can just talk about for consume. That's it.
Yeah, consumes. You're still running directly behind your marker.
I mean, I'm on star usually, so it's about.
I can do it like in the middle.
We can have Asmund. Can you put down?
I can do it like this.
Yours like over here or something.
Like one between orange and purple. To the wall.
Real quick before.
No, but he's talking about where it's going. Oh yeah, that could work.
Before we pull, if you have bigwigs or DBM, I'd like you to open them. So /bigwig/DBM. Probably by default, you'll be like, if you go to the raid bosses tab for castle, you'll be at this boss. For the part with volatile ejection, for people with bigwigs, click like the arrows for that menu. And then go to the sound tab and set the warning to air horn. And that way you will know if you have volatile ejection.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. If you need to for hard mechanics, I always give myself air horn because they're important and I need to do them. You don't play with sound wigs give you sound, it's over like the master volume. I don't play with sound. Same with weak cars.
Okay. We're not gonna mess that mechanic up one more time.
Good, we're gonna go again. It's really important we do arrows properly, and it's important you soak your balls if you can.
Whoa. It's kind of like a personal thing, but
also, please don't pull early, let the tanks pull.
Oh, Loopy, make sure he drops stacks, because sometimes when he casts, he doesn't drop stacks.
At the beginning there, I looked it up. But yeah.
Ejection.
Triangle move from diamond.
Give me diamond move from triangle. New markers found your new spot. Respawn. Get out. Get back, the lasers are coming soon. Yes, bar. Found your new spot.
Nice, that was easier.
Get out. Lasers soon. Get out with lasers. Run away.
Stay with your homies that have miasma.
Lasers soon. Get your position, then be ready. Lasers. Good job.
I'm gonna hold
your
Felguard.
Spot now. Sponge, get far out. Help your homies. Lasers.
Help the homies.
Go left. Good job, helped out. Okay, good. Find a new spot. This is going really well, guys. Keep doing the mechanics, we'll be fine. Sponge. Help a friend.
Oh, it didn't get that. It didn't
Laser's
hit
coming.
me.
Run away.
Can we get another rallying? We need it.
Lasers coming out.
He's down.
Yeah, big kills on Glar. Lasers, do your thing. And maybe we can stall for 40. Big kills on Glar.
Alley bubble taunt maybe? Maybe a lot of stacks.
Yeah, if someone can bubble a taunt. I don't have it. Actually, I do.
You seem to taunt like one attack.
Nate, you can also bop yourself and then taunt, but I don't have mine up.
I just tried to do it, but they went back to Galar, so.
Okay, we're gonna wipe. It's okay, wipe it up. I mean, that was like a really great attempt until that happened. We're both deaths right after the big suck.
We have a Bureau.
8 seconds if we can stall. Try to get a Bureau's out, coach. And it's up.
So I don't know about Luffy's death. A lot of my deaths are like half my fault and half, I think. So I just want to make sure the healers know, like when everyone's running out for expunge, like the ball one, Luffy and I are still swapping.
I'm gonna pee really quick.
Then, so that he doesn't build stacks.
Amazing.
I feel like whoever isn't tanking when you guys start running doesn't get enough healing in that during that mechanic.
What the hell?
Okay.
Because it swaps part way.
Would it help if a healer were relatively close to you, but not too close to fuck stuff up all
I don't
the
think
time?
it's a close thing. I mean,
They're just healers need to focus on tanks as they run away.
it's. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like they're over focusing the one who has aggro first and not the one who has it second for that specific time.
Yeah, healers just make sure as you're running out that you are looking at both tanks, healing them actively as we run, and trying to make sure you stay close enough to them.
Because we're switching a lot on this fight, right? Because we don't want stacks getting high. It's like every 2-ish autos.
Yes, that's a very like rare what if situation. If it does happen and there's 2 miasmas, unmarked should move.
Tanks don't get miasmas.
Tanks, yeah, the tanks can't get miasmas, so it's
You guys need the feast.
Really, really unlikely, because which means I guess it's not that. So I agree that's a nice stat, but like we're not dying when during that phase. We're almost always dying on transition, like expunge, when most of it. So.
yeah, it's probably just hard to heal while moving. My death, I tried to get fancy and teleported back in right after consume, but I think nobody was ready to heal me, but I just died.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Like we can drag it back into position slowly.
Yeah.
Probably better.
It's like how you used to charge it and die. I
Hey,
pulled
but
it
I
live.
stopped.
Should we put a healer in group 1?
I was gonna do that, but I'm like feeling it should be fine if it's a mobile healer.
Mobility doesn't matter, I promise. You don't have, like, group 1 doesn't have to be more mobile than any other.
Cool. Replicates in group 1. Kogi, you are now group 4. Group 1 is diamond, 2 is star, 3 is triangle, 4 is circle.
Okay.
Good job on getting out during expunge is a lot better.
This is kind of a fun
Goddamn
fight,
it.
though.
Okay,
Even though
fine. Tear, you're in
we're struggling a little bit
group
on
4.
this, but this
Kogi's
is
back in group 1.
this is I like this fight. This will be satisfying when we kill this.
It's so stupid. Alright, we got this. I'll stop dying.
I'm really happy with how we got out with expunge and how volatiles went. There were, I want to say more than half the volatiles were 2 people next to each other and no one died from it, so good job.
So in that, if we get the volatiles, like that happened at the beginning of that one, and both of us ran to the left, and we're both like on top of each other. Should we just double stack, or should
No,
I?
if you stack, you die. If 2 stack, it kills you. That's why we don't stack.
So like, if I'm like this far from Henry, is it okay if we both had it?
I don't. I don't know the exact width of it, but probably. It's just
So
the
ideally,
hard
we try
part-
and switch, react faster, and like run to the other way.
No, so you never do that. The hard part about it is if there are 2 people running left, knowing like you'll do like a little dance. Like, am I gonna stop? Are they gonna stop? Am I gonna keep going? Will they keep going? Just one of you stop, the other one move. It's fine. You have time to do that.
Okay.
There is definitely room. Yeah, there is definitely room between the groups to have 2 people.
Okay. Got it.
We're gonna pull.
We'll back up a little bit.
Good job on arrows. Spawn. Get far out if we can. Get back to your spot, says laser soon. B-res, Alec, or Pafui. Lasers. Good job. Sponge. Help your friends. Lasers soon. Lasers. Good job. Good soon. Stay with your buddies. Get back, lasers soon. Get back to your spot, help your buddies. Lasers. New spots. Expunge. Head on back, laser soon, help your friends. Lasers.
It's a triple laser, give me this.
Expunge soon. Get Get to your spot. We're gonna have lasers soon. Help a friend. Lasers coming out. Lasers. Good job. Run away. Help your friends. Coach, don't do that if you have the fucking thing.
What did I have?
The miasma.
Careful with
Get your
lasers.
spot. Yeah. Lasers.
Do we have shout? Good man.
Hey, Star, get the start.
Add like a warrior shout for next runaway suck if we have it. Run away. Lasers. Lasers.
Oof.
I gotta be soon. I can get there.
Sponge soon.
Where's Clark? You just used it.
No, we just.
You need a pallet of bubble time.
Yeah, run away. Soon.
We have
Tell me
5
when.
stacks.
When do I tell?
I'll say.
Laser coming up.
Go now. Loopy, make sure you don't get it back.
I taunted. No, you got it back. I was trying to cast this, my bad. Nate, can you bubble or bop and taunt? Thank you. It's doing a fucking cast.
It's on you though.
Nice. No, it's back on Loopy. Now it's on you.
Apparently it doesn't drop.
I was literally trying to stay out.
Hope stones if you can make your portal or your boss smaller.
Yep. Hot stones potions if you can. Help our friend.
Anyone can taunt boss, do it.
Yeah. Top boss and get hit. It didn't reset.
Doesn't reset if you die, that's fine.
I mean we can keep going, but we're gonna start healing.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
The position is kind of shot. Just
Hiding him, I guess.
Yeah.
He's gonna heal when he hits.
Don't let him hit you. Can anyone taunt off the boss and run to give Loopy more time? Get DH or something? Nice. Ejections. Someone else taunt. Oh, imagine. Okay, run from consume. Try to stay together. It might drop stacks.
No, it doesn't. Drop stacks when he like.
No, it did.
Oh wait,
It did.
what?
It comes out. It comes out.
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay. Get your spots. It's gonna be volatile soon.
Beams.
Beams. Good. There's probably more miasma than people. Just try your best to be with them.
Again, try to taunt.
The tank has miasma. Away.
Yeah, someone has to stand on him.
No, it's too late at this point. That was still our best attempt, and it's still looking smooth through most of the fight. We're not gonna be res non-tanks from now on, because we're able to do it without them, but it's more important to have our tank back up if we need.
I also think not soaking the orbs. I mean, we have a bunch of orbs up and then random scatter. And people can kind of
Damn, guys, that was close.
and can cheese a lot of
Your boy's popping off, man. Look at we're like doing good DPS. I mean, I don't know what the like normal parses are, but
I think
we're
some
holding our
orbs
own
is,
on
like,
this fight,
favorable
man.
For this, because a lot of the
I
times
think my
during,
demonic circle strategy is
like, when we
pretty
weren't soaking
huge.
Orbs, during the suck, like they were in my way, and I didn't want to hit them and die. So keep soaking your or the orbs. I saw.
God,
Widow
we're so
use,
close,
turtle
guys.
soak, ice
500,000
bubble,
health.
Hunters
Oh.
and pallets if you don't have other mechanics like use your
So close.
Out. But we should still keep soaking orbs if we can. Just if you have a defensive like Spell Reflect or Shield of Vengeance or AMS or any shit like that, use
Ignore
it before you
pain.
soak. Yeah.
Just don't.
Conduits too, please. We have fade that we need to damage.
What's the best legendary for Demo?
Orbs if you have miasma. If
Yeah.
you're
That's a
below
good
or
question.
It's gonna kill you. If you're above, don't do it.
I think from a parsing perspective, I think Horn, Nightmare, and Born are supposed to be simming the
If
highest.
you need to repair release, there's a repair guy at the the gremlin is there. Yeah.
So Horn,
There it is.
Nightmare, I think is supposed to be the best legendary. I think, from like a straight parsing perspective. But we're not running that. We're playing,
That's so
I'm
close.
playing Wilfred's.
I mean, it was a lot better that time. It was our best attempt, obviously, both in mechanics and in health percentage. So just keep doing what we're doing.
Coach just gives you more keeps.
What'd you,
I think if I say Vera's, then we probably get it. But
sorry, what did you say? Coach what?
It's a good job on volatiles.
Okay, come on.
Oh,
Shouldn't have died.
thanks.
That's my bad.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
hit
so-
pretty hard.
because I went Night Fae,
No, I fucking you, fucking
like
nothing.
tomorrow, later this week perhaps, once I hit my renown level, I'm gonna get that juicy Born a new trait to give everyone who I V-res the speed increase and the fucking better well-fed buff. So that's gonna be pretty nice.
Can we get a
Speaking of
50s?
well-fed,
Oh, we got one. Oh, an achievement.
Nice.
yeah, but Ryan, I think
That's a lot of fees for.
Horn Nightmare is supposed to be simming the highest. I'm trying to play with all the different ones. Wilfred's is good for us as well. So is Demonic Synergy. All of those are like good.
I bet it's something
So
like it counts how many
you get to
each
kind of where you're
person
splitting hairs a little bit with trying to like min max.
Maybe it
So
counts when people
if any
eat
of
from
those
it rather
are
than when it's played.
significantly more enjoyable
Still,
play
oh,
styles
I
for
would-
you, I would just go with
We've
that.
had to put down. I guess that's probably accurate.
We've
Yeah,
definitely
Yeah,
put down
50
reasonable.
sounds like
That's
more.
pretty reasonable.
Okay, we're gonna ready up. Keep doing what we're doing. It was good.
Is the gate I placed down over by Diamond and Circle worth doing anymore? I don't really see anyone using it. I also haven't been looking.
I think it's 100. We don't need the gate per se. Honestly, I think the gate makes it worse because half people take it, half don't, and then it like can be bad. It's fine if you don't put it down. We have the one at star if we need. But people have been getting out of consume fine. We are going to pull.
All right, let's go, baby. Let's
Please
go.
don't pre-pull. Time your precast right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Lasers. Under new spot. Expunge. Lasers coming out.
I did it. I did it.
Okay, found your new spot if you have my asthma. Good job. Sponge coming. Got a. Get your spot, help a friend. Got arrows. Remember, we go left, not right. Run away. Help your friends though.
Base is stolen.
Lasers coming.
Moon?
Good job, lasers.
Wait, I have a moon.
Yes, you have. Just stay where you are, it's fine.
Okay.
You have 5 right now. Sponge, use your health stones if you need to. Pop a friend, soak your orb. Lasers soon. Find the right spot. Get out.
Shit.
Up front. Lasers soon. Lasers. After circle, please go to circle. Thank you. Run away. Can I get a warrior shot, please? Thank you.
Stay with that friend.
Keep staying with your friend. Lasers. Good job. Get your marker. Get out. Lasers. Someone can go to circle if they need to. Okay, we're doing great, just keep doing the mechanics. Sponge. Health pot or cookie if you can, you need to, or self heals. Get back, help our friends.
Can we get another shout?
Lasers. They're just getting the spirit link will be good. Consume. Run away.
Stay with our homies.
Get to your boss is gonna be lasers. Lasers. Go left. Good job. Good job.
You can repop a potion if you did it at the start.
Get out. Lasers coming out. Do the lasers right.
I have two B-reses. You want me to get some?
Got Angelo up. That up. Lasers, we gotta do this. Or just kill boss. Fuck lasers.
Yeah!
Good job.
Easy.
Woo!
Nice job.
No. That's satisfying.
Okay, res the dead. We're taking our break now because we're 2 hours into raid. It's gonna be for 5 minutes. So please try to make it back on time. We're going to Artificer next, not Dark Fane. Artificer next, so we'll have to run back. If you're rolling loot, just do it after our break. And if you're not taking the break, if you want to run to the correct spot to be, just do that.
I don't think we can go backwards.
So we had a ton of damage there
Let's go,
from
friends. Just
Tyrant
head
and
back down.
Imp.
Die.
Yeah, just jump off.
Oh, okay, bye.
Well,
kill the boss, and in our joy, we leap from the cliff. The
The
usual
satisfying
reaction.
boss to kill.
It was a fun one though. I like that boss actually, considering how much I fucking hated it the first time we ever did it.
Oh, Wilfred's so bad I haven't gotten it yet. I actually really like Wilfred's. I think even if Wilfred's doesn't sim as high, I really just like it. You know what I mean? Like the faster Tyrant really makes it feel, I don't know. I'm a big fan of it so far. And I think the other thing, we're taking like a little break here, so I'll mute Discord. But the other thing is like with Wilfred's, there's a few different like synergies when it comes to the actual talents that I've been thinking of. Let me turn music down here a second, a little bit. Is so if you're having more Tyrants up, your Tyrant's damage actually scales with from the shadows. When you're running Demonic Consumption, your Tyrant also is scaling with the Vile Fiend health, which is actually pretty significant. It's a lot of health. We can summon it here. I think it's like 23k or something. 24.8k with my current gear, so it's a lot. So it's basically the same as your Grimoire Felguard as far as the buff that Demonic Consumption's giving. So this is pretty massive, but the Shadow Bite buff, this affects your Demon Bolt damage from, or not your Demon Bolt, but your Tyrant's Demon Bolt or whatever the ability is that he's shooting out, also gets buffed by this. So if we're having more consistent Tyrants, if we're not able to line it up or we're having to hold this for a long time, it might be worth just running from the shadows and basically making sure that you pair your Tyrant with your Dreadstalkers every single time. That's one idea. I haven't tested it yet. I'm just telling you guys, hypothesizing in my head with these different synergies, because since we're able to get this down to like a minute and 5 second cooldown, minute 10-second cooldown, depending, it kind of is a little finicky with this, but you can kind of try and pair every other one with Grimoire Felguard. Summon Vile Fiend also feels a little bit weird, but these are both very strong in the opener, right? If you can pair all these together, you get a real huge power spike. So that's kind of my thought process here. And then I'm also basically, since our Tyrant's basically like a 1 minute cooldown with Wilfred's, I'm basically pairing my like Blood Fury Racial and Demonic Strength and basically doing Tyrant and then doing Decimating Bolt for the int buff, because that also buffs our Tyrant while it's active. And then I pop my on use stuff like my Blood Fury, things like that, with Demonic Strength, because that's increased by 15% because of the Tyrant. And that's kind of like the burst window that we're doing over and over and over again. With Wilfred's, depending on what the timing ends up being on this in certain fights, I could see this actually being pretty decent with from the shadows and maybe running like Soul Conduit or something here if you can't pair this. You can also wait and then hold Vile Fiend if you wanted to too. I tried doing DPS tests where I held both of these and then ones where I used it on cooldown, and the overall was basically the same. It's pretty negligible. So I don't think it's a big deal to run these. I don't think you get a DPS loss if you just use them on cooldown, even if you're not pairing them up. It's just ideal if you can, because basically if you don't have these, you're using those globals and you should have more imps up. So the net is like not that big a difference between them. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of thinking out loud. But I run Horn Nightmare, which is still good for single target. Yeah, I like Horn Nightmare a lot. It's really fun. I can't complete my raid with my initial burst. In raid, it's over 7k on the burst, but then you fall off. I mean, you can watch back any of the fights that I'm doing and see. I don't know. It's hard to say without like seeing your logs or whatever what you're doing differently. But I don't know. I really like Wilfred's a lot. I think I'll probably try and keep running that if I can. Give me 1 sec real quick.
That ready check was literally right when the break ended.
Yeah, it's ERT.
No, that was me.
Oh, never mind, good job.
I was just like,
timely
alright,
as
20
fuck.
seconds, I'm gonna press enter.
I actually thought I was late. Like I got back and I was like, oh, the break's over. I should make sure it's time to go.
Can we get a lock it for Plimper?
Which boss are we going to next? Sorry if you said it, I missed it.
Artificer, so be single target.
Thank you.
Oh.
We have 3 healers and some DPS. We can start pulling the trash.
Soul Conduit, the double Gul'dan legendary is pretty insane. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool synergies. I actually am a huge fan of like how different you can kind of make playstyles around the legendaries and different like conduits and talents. And it doesn't seem like any of them are significantly weaker or significantly stronger. They're just like a really different playstyles, which is pretty cool. That's like from like a game design perspective, that's pretty hard to pull off, you know?
I remember a lot of times Sabbath.
It's hard to have everything tuned that well, which I'm pretty surprised that everything kind of is tuned that well. Where I ran basically Wilfred's, like I was saying, I did like a 6-minute DPS test, and I ran basically saving cooldowns and stacking it with Tyrant. Then I ran like using everything on cooldown, and then I took off Grimoire Felguard and ran.
I'm so mad at you for that. Oh my god.
Luffy, please. I don't want this dance trinket anymore.
I have the dance trinket, but
and I ran like Soul Conduit and the Wild Imps one. Like I've tried all those combinations, and the like the DPS difference between all of them was pretty negligible.
I do it perfectly though.
Oh, okay, that's great.
You didn't get baited into any.
What legendary you got now? Can you show us in your character panel? Cheers. I like Wilfred's too, especially on longer fights. Yeah, this is the setup we're running right now. I'm running Wilfred's.
Like it was just raw damage just coming at
I'm running Wilfred's. I'm very bad at using this trinket well, and I basically never am popping this because I don't like this, but it has 69 intellect on it, just passive, which is pretty massive. I think this is probably the best, even if I don't use that haste buff well. It's kind of annoying. This haste buff, I don't know if you guys have had it yet, but if you do it and it spawns stuff in like a square, and so I end up having to, unless I can time it with other like movement mechanics, it's a little weird.
Yeah, there's any other loot you want to roll off, feel free to link it.
Can I just keep running the other side for heroic and hope to get Wilfred's? Yeah, it'll drop from any difficulty. It's a chance. The stuff from the 5-mans isn't guaranteed, but I think all the raid boss ones are guaranteed.
Thanks, skilling gear.
What is this, classic?
But yeah, I ran it like I'd run the other side like 4 or 5 times I think before it dropped for me. And I didn't even really think about it originally, but then I was like, I've been playing Destro some as well, because I actually really like Destro. Like that bursty playstyle is just pretty fun. And so I wanted to make a legendary that worked for all of the specs, and then that got me thinking of if we went Wilfred's for demo, like how different I could make my builds and my conduit choices. Oh, the other thing that's worth talking about. Is my conduits here is I'm running Tyrant Soul
supposed to be visible
with this setup. And the reason I'm running Tyrant Soul is because since we're getting more Tyrants, we're actually having a higher uptime. So like certain fights, that last fight I probably had like 5 or 6 Tyrants, I would guess.
These blue seeds coming up though. No excuses.
There's no, I don't have a way of tracking it. I don't know how many I had, but I had a bunch, right? So if I had 5 Tyrants, you're getting, if say you have a setup where you're getting 3 Tyrants in a fight, or you're getting 5 because of running Wilfred's, you're basically getting twice as many uses out of the value of that conduit, right?
Nice.
So I don't think that conduit, it might not even be optimal, but it synergizes very, very well with this playstyle that I'm playing, which again, don't take it as like this is the best setup, because I honestly I don't know. I like this setup, and so I'm kind of like playing with it, trying it out, and seeing how it does. If I could, I wouldn't run Grimoire Felguard.
Take his trinket.
I don't like this, and I think in a perfect world you don't run Vile Fiend either. But I need to test this more and how it compares with From the Shadows. There's also a potential that Soul Strike actually is worthwhile too, because of the fact if you were to run this setup, because you have a 30-second window basically between your Tyrant and the buff after, that your Felguard's doing a lot of damage.
Sorry, I forgot that everyone else
right?
did like this shit.
And buffing that by 15 or 13% on, you know, every 30 seconds, basically like a quarter of the entire fight, might even make Soul Strike worth it. I have to test them. I haven't tested it because I just made Wilfred's yesterday.
No, if it's high movement, typically it's better for melee, but...
In a perfect world, if you're running Wilfred's and you could just use your Tyrant basically non-stop, assuming there's not some mechanic that you'd have to avoid, because your Wild Imps are such a big part of your damage, as long as you're maximizing getting your Imps out, I feel like it'll probably be pretty solid. And the thing that's great is it's like consistent. Getting to use that cooldown all the time is pretty fun, you know what I mean? I really enjoy it a lot. You get a lot of haste to get it to beat the standard talent build. Since that one does better with mastery. Yeah, I haven't actually simmed any of these. So if you're if you're you know familiar with the sims and good at doing all the sims, I would definitely follow those over what I'm saying. I'm just kind of coming up and just kind of like messing around and trying to theory craft some ideas and play styles.
Fair.
My main thing is if I'm able to come up with these play styles that maybe I enjoy the play style more, or it gives me a little more flexibility, and I'm able to still do that and compete with DPS, then I like having those options, because maybe I end up, you know, once we kind of play with a few builds, I still love like the Born of Blood is like my go-to kind of, like I'm gonna have go-tos that I think are just the best and perform well, but having options for certain fights if we start getting kind of stuck in progression, I think will be really nice. But so far I'm a huge fan of Wilfred's. I think that that's really cool. The other thing that's really cool with Wilfred's is if you're playing Destro at all, it basically, and you can run the, I can't remember, the bottom right talent that's like gives you the like 20-second crit buff or whatever it is. That's a 2-minute cooldown, and if you're running Wilfred's, it basically makes your Infernal a 2-minute cooldown. So it's the same idea, like you can pair those up, which you usually can't, and like that kind of synergy to me, even if it's like not a DPS gain or it's even like a very minor DPS loss, that playstyle is really fun, and having the ability to stack a bunch of bursts is really massive if you're able to time it well with like Bloodlust windows and things like that, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Implosion for Mythic Plus, like the Implosion Legendary? I haven't tried it yet, but I think it'd be really fun if you did it with the like the Dreadstalker build. I really like playing the like Dreadlash from the Shadows build, and like basically spamming Implosion in Mythic Plus is really fun, and you can like maintain pretty high like 4 or 5k DPS on trash and stuff like the whole time, which I really like. I don't know about the Legendary. I'm assuming the Legendary would be really good, but I haven't tested it myself yet, so it's hard for me to tell. A lot of the Legendaries, honestly, like you read the tooltip and you get an idea of what you think it's gonna do, like
I literally just walk up.
How you think it's gonna work.
Wait, you guys didn't dodge the traps with your pod?
I'm gonna turn them down a little bit.
I think of the traps. I think of the different ability.
And then I end up making the Legendary, and it feels super different from how I kind of thought it was gonna feel. It's like either weaker or I don't notice it as much. So it's hard for me to really like comment at all about any of the Legendaries I haven't played with, because they've all acted and felt different than I kind of thought they would initially just reading the tooltip, you know, because all the Legendaries, like I said, do a good job with giving you other options of other talents. So it might cater really well with a talent setup that you might not run or be that comfortable or familiar with. And so it makes it kind of like gives you a little bit better perspective, or like different perspective on some other options and ways you can play, you know what I mean?
No, that's too easy.
I found the uptime on the haste buff is too fast. I get better synergy with Horn Nightmare compared to the Implosion one. I could see that. I think I like the Horn Nightmare more in Mythic Plus, because randomly being able to get like 9 imp implosions like in your rotation instead of like a 6, and like getting those procs is constantly good. It's good in single target. Horn Nightmare is good because it has, since Hand of Gul'dan is like AoE and it has the imps, which is impactful for implosion and single target. It's just always good. You know what I mean? It's always strong. I think that's gonna be probably our best simming from a straight simming perspective, and then pairing that with the Born of Blood conduit is probably going to be the go-to. That's probably like the best, like set it and forget it. Doesn't really change your playstyle too much, and just adds kind of, you know, overall enhances a lot of your just core rotation. I do really like Horn Nightmare a lot. I think that's a really cool legendary, and I'm a big fan of it. We just made this one, and so I've been really wanting to try to try and play it a little more and kind of get a little more comfortable with it. The main reason I wanted, like I said, was to be able to do the other specs, like play Affliction or play Destro, even though it's not like the best ones for those. Like at least I would have a more universal legendary. But I actually also do really like it for Demo as well. Outside of the boss fights, I get 3 targets in Implosion, 85% of the times I hit Implosion. Well, I'd recommend the Implosion, but I found anyone who uses it like it or not. Oh, but I haven't found anyone who uses it. The thing is, the thing with the Implosion, everyone will start to use it. The thing is it's only really good in AoE situations, right? And so it doesn't make sense to necessarily craft it in your first legendary or 2, because if you're doing raid bosses, you're not really going to be able to utilize it that much except for some of these AoE fights. So that's the only reason people haven't been playing with it. I think it probably will if you're in a fast group where you're like speed clearing stuff. It probably is going to be the best if you're trying to cater your build to AoE and trash. It's going to depend on your group, right? Like if you had an outlaw rogue, then maybe you don't want to run that because you're going to have a ton of cleave on trash, and you want Horn Nightmare that kind of is like a meat in the middle and is going to give you some value in, as well, like on single target situations. Oh shit, we're doing this one?
Separate debuffs indicating the times you've died.
Get out of the room, get out of the room.
Dude, I struggle on this fight, man.
Melee, look out, there's a spark.
Legendary Implosion build is the best in my opinion for constant DPS all mythic long. I totally could see that. I mean, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna come up with builds and try and figure it out and make it work for sure. I really do like that legendary a lot. I just haven't built it because it's so focused around AoE, you know? The other thing that I should mention too is on fights, the Wilfred setup and your Tyrant being up more and your Tyrant basically DPSing while you avoid mechanics also has some value. So if you're having a hard time with mechanics and stuff like that, I think running the Tyrant setup is probably a really good safe bet.
Corey, does it have, is it like 3 at a time or is it just like 1 every so often staggered?
It's like 3 at a time usually.
Okay, we're just gonna use invulnerability to soak probably every like 2 sets.
Because of the mob chaining with the 40-second imp out of combat duration, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
And in phase 1 and 2 range you go to
Talk
star,
about like.
and then in phase 3 range you go to triangle.
Talk about a change that you would think wouldn't be that impactful and completely changes like the quality of life of how Demo feels.
On boss will be a circle. We are going to just run to the wall, like into the wall, press W for as long as we can. We're gonna drop Windrush Totem, and with like 3 seconds left, I want you to pop Roar Quan.
Wilfred's is way more value. I should have waited to build this. I mean, you'll be able to get it next week, right? At this point, you're going to be able to make a legendary, a rank 1 legendary each week.
3 seconds left, you're going to Stampede and Roar for more speed, and that should be fine.
I definitely recommend it though. I'm a huge fan of Wilfred so far. It's pretty fun.
Any questions?
I don't think so. There's always 5 that are just like spread out equally.
Basically jump into every big pull with like 12 imps, implosion, giving like 85% haste and just rinse and repeat. Yeah, I could definitely see it being good. If I started, I feel like you'd have to be running with like a guild group or a group that you'd run with regularly to be able to utilize it well. Because if you're pulling in a way that you can utilize implosion well, it would make a ton of sense. But I haven't really tried to push like keys or anything too much yet.
Before we do Polaris, Purpler, Zoomers, pop your flask. That's what Cauldron out.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
When do you want lost?
After the first big suck. the circles are the traps you don't want to be in. Emotional tear. Spirits. Hop in when you're targeted.
Oh, is that on me?
Dodge the beam still.
No, it's on him.
Break plumper out. Grab Osmo down. Good.
I'm gonna clear on this trap.
I'm gonna clear it. Dodge the blasts. Ghosts. You can pretty much hop in ASAP if you're targeted, but they're so close, hop in.
Shit!
Pick coach. It's in the back. Portals. Coach go to star, perfect. Drift blast. Stage 2, it's pod time. I could say no, this is pod racing.
I was thinking the same thing.
Wiggles, if you have turtle up, would you mind soaking as many traps as you can with the cheetah? Thank you. Special tear, Rob and go. Take the seeds. And remember, Grange, we need to push in because there's going to be a whole bunch of seeds exploding. Come in, come in. Range, you can spread a little bit back out. There are going to be traps in melee. Look out. Seeds again. Mobile people, do your thing. Dodge blast. Hit the people who got trapped.
Oh shit.
Take your things out. Good Bureaus, Travis.
Careful, the range trap didn't get very far. The seeds are gonna have to go way past it.
Okay, seeds, we gotta go fast. You're gonna have to jump in and then run a little bit. Dodge your blast. Chungus, can you clear traps with bubble?
Yep.
Get inside. Thank you. Trizit, I'm gonna ask you next if you still have turtle. Okay. Stage 2, take it to triangle, triangle, triangle. Perfect. Okay, for the big stuck, we all stack on circle and run into the wall. And we start with Windrush Totem.
Really?
Drizit, if you don't mind doing it.
Break this one, someone's in.
Okay, stack up on circle, run to the wall. Please Windrush, get into the circle, get into the Windrush circle. Someone grip Asmodan and roar, Quan roar. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. We need to...
The res bar.
Oh yeah, res bar if we have it. And Lust.
I think all your healers are dead.
Yeah. We're just gonna one more annihilate. This one you have to do the mechanics, so you have to. Oh god, it's so fucked. Yeah, okay. I'll wipe it up. That one needs to be at triangle. For phase 3, we go to triangle. I think the Windrush Totem roar will work, but everyone has to be like licking the wall at the start, otherwise we're gonna die. Prepare. It was very close.
I wonder what Demonic Tyrant amp would be like with the Doom Guard.
So I think it is possible to pull it
Yeah, I could see Doom Guard being a thing potentially too.
The way that we did on normal portal at the last second?
Because if this way works, it should like 100% work and be easy, and like you don't really mess it up if that makes sense. Because like it's easy to mess up the timing on the portals.
But we can still do it the other way.
Yeah,
If for whatever reason you can't make it into that circle, just try and time your portal. Like that still works. It's just this should be easier.
You want to go into the other portal with 2 seconds left because you have a second of like not moving or not being sucked when you do that. But if all of us stack up, we can cheese the first one and then go straight into Lust.
Cool, thank you.
Yep, good question. All the circles after that, unless they're like mobility gifted class, you're going to be going in the last second.
Back here.
You guys clearing those traps up, by the way.
Yep. We'll do probably the same order. I think I'm gonna try to say like every 2 sets of traps we clear. If there's a set that's particularly bad, we might clear it early. But good job, hunters and pallies.
Can I AMS traps, or is it not?
I don't know what kind of damage it does. I'm assuming you can't AMS it. Otherwise, I'd say we could bop it, but I think it's probably gonna be magic damage.
It says arcane.
Yeah, it's magic damage. So no, DHs with Netherwalk could do it, but it's fine if you don't have that right now.
I mean, we have like 4 people that can do it. So
Yes.
like it was pretty clean. So.
Yeah, I was happy with the trap clearing. Oh wait, Dad, you have another walk, right? Okay, then I might ask you to pop another walk and run over a bunch of traps. When I call for it, it'll be late in the fight. Eat the feast. Oh, res the dead. Yeah. During Netherrock, you'll be full rushing around clearing as many as you can get to. I got like 5, but I'm a paladin, so I suck.
Any call for roar? I don't think I had a. I was trying to find like my DVM bar for when that shit goes off. Like,
Okay. How long does roar last?
it lasts for 8 seconds.
Okay, thanks. Grab your health stones.
I wonder if the raids are not meant to be possible or improbable since late Covenant powers give a lot of movement.
When that comes out, you're just going to be running into the wall. You should be
Yeah, it'll be doable. I don't know about Mythic. I haven't seen the Mythic stuff yet.
with the rangers behind us, and we're just running into the wall and not doing it. Like, heal the tanks. Don't turn around to cast. Just run into the wall. We should survive it and lust and blow our load.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can like afford to turn around and priest pull people. You might just if you.
You don't have to turn around to do it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just
you don't
target with
have
your
to
friends.
stop running.
But like, if we do it again and like it's clear that this strategy doesn't work for some reason, we'll go back to doing it normal. But besides that, I just want to try it.
Make sure on phase 3 range that we're getting that portal dropped on trying.
Coach, eat the feast.
Is there any sort of enrage in this boss?
Nope. We could do it with like a healer, tank, and DPS if we get down to it.
I'm excited to unlock like the rest of the conduits though. I think it'll be cool being able to have like a few kind of like synergies and have like 2 potency conduits and be able to play off that will be really fun. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Just like every other fight.
You get mind control, is that random or did
Mind control, the spooky ghost got you, or you step on the trap. Okay, we're
Step
gonna
on the
pull.
trap is stunned.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's not.
Spooky ghost is mind control.
But you are hostile.
It's just things we have to kill.
You know who you are.
If it's red, it's dead.
Yeah, my spooky ghost spawned like right on me, so go fast. You get a lot of time.
Oh! Hey, I got trapped. Oh. Fuck.
Just run away if you have a ghost. Start running now. We can't use our thing. Right now to break a lot of position. Can I get a warrior shout? Okay, so use your eyes, look for the traps, and go immediately range. Do you have a long distance to cover?
Also, tanks go
Redemption.
the opposite way with that.
Maybe Rose, Angela. Spirits coming up. Get ready to go in. Phone traps. You need to take the gateway to dodge the spirits. Liam in the back. Good. Just use the gateway. Stasis trap over here. Break him out of the stasis, he has to go. Okay, we're in Craze 2, we have to run the siege for the first one. Wiggles, can you clear traps, please? Oh, there's more. Good, Dimensional Tear, we get another chance. Let us go.
One just spawned up in the air.
Seeds.
Well done. Okay. No, wipe it up. Range, when you, if you're a DPS healer, doesn't matter, when you get the wormhole, you need to use all 8 seconds to get it in the right position. I don't care if you want to do it in 2 seconds with a lock gate, if something goes wrong, it really messes with us. The other thing is, if you're trapped or MC'd, please say your character name so people turn around and break it.
Yeah, I messed that up there. I didn't see the trap right next to me because all that crap was popping up like right over my character. I didn't see the trap right there. It's a stupid mistake on my part.
You got feared into it?
High intimidating shouted.
I like just strafed right away and I didn't see that there was a trap right there.
Warriors, burn your intimidating shout on pull, please, like Molten Core.
It's like Molten
Not
Core.
like this.
I got a 5-man fair off. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
That sounds sick.
Happy for you. Yeah, we're gonna, for traps, I think we're gonna wait for, it comes in 3s, it's gonna be every 6, so every 2 traps we clear.
Yo, so if the ghouls spawn between you and your portal, do you want to? How are we like getting out of there then?
I mean, I ran to the far portal there because, and I still made it as a pally, so should be fine.
You can, like as melee, you should be on like the left side of circle, because the
They spawned like
They
right
literally
on
spawned in between us.
Yeah.
On the portal.
Yeah.
You can
It-
run
it
them.
would be
You
a
can
can make
definitely intercept or bound away. Either of those are up. And then
Yeah,
you can our portal and just come like at the boss.
Yeah, I just had
Also-
tried out running them before, so I wasn't sure if I could or not.
I also
Yeah.
feel like there's at least a second between you getting the eyes and them trying to get you. So if you just run through, you might be able to run through them.
Yeah, you can. I made it as melee. I just ran straight through them, insta-portaled, and then waited till they came over to me.
Yeah, okay, that's my bid then.
And I,
Yeah,
like,
you can
I
make
think
that.
all of them are spawning near their target. So like melee, if you get it, just take the portal immediately. I think.
Does
I might
Buzz drop
run it,
anything
like, some
good?
way back, doesn't really know.
No, there's
No,
one
yeah, you should just take the portal.
Yeah, if there's, I didn't
This
know there was
bag
delay
should
time
be
either.
more
I thought if you
slots on
just touched it
heroic.
ever, you were-
Should be 30,
Yeah,
35
you have,
slot
like,
bag on heroic.
2, maybe like 2.5 seconds after they spawn.
This trinket's actually really sick. I actually do want this trinket. This is a trinket I could actually use the use effect. But imagine, I mean, I don't think I don't think there'd be an easy way to do it. But imagine if you could time this with your Tyrant and you have this massive big mastery buff with your Tyrant. It would be pretty cool. And it's a 1.5 cooldown. You'd be able to probably be able to do it potentially. Or either way, you could macro, worst case macro it in with your Tyrant or whatever. Just for the dot damage.
Glare and Loopy, you're still going to like the west side, right, with your thing?
Yeah, it's hitting harder though.
Okay, yeah,
It's
that's
half as fast too, so we have to take the portal to get over there.
Yeah.
At least I have to, because I don't have like good sleep or anything. And so that first one, when the portals were fucked up, I just like blasted all of the raid with it.
okay.
That's
We'll,
what thought
yeah,
I
it
was
goes off
thinking
a
in the
lot.
wrong spot.
we'll focus on the portals being good. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So then the next one, I just tried to say, fuck the portal, I'm gonna run. And then I still blasted the raid because it's like 4 seconds instead of 8 seconds. It was brutal.
I
Eat
can
the
taunt
feast.
earlier. I can also try and take more of them. Anytime my heroic leaps up, maybe I just take it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
All right, here we go.
Kogi, replicate Libby, J, eat the feast.
I can get all the way in the corner.
It's very hard for me.
Alright, okay, so I'll try and tank as many of them.
In reality, this fight is.
And if it's on you, I'll just, the moment he starts casting, I'll taunt.
I'll turn this down a
Like,
little bit and see
targets, but
how bad it looks.
you won't.
Well,
But I
just
can
like he
taunt.
starts casting, it's gonna go on
Yeah.
whoever misses.
I don't know if I need a new graphics card or what, but in those moments where we have like bloodlust or there's a lot of like mechanics going on, I get pretty bad latency. It's not even latency, it's like frame drops. My frames aren't holding up, which I don't know if I needed like a new processor, if I need a new
Oh wait, never mind,
graphics
I can't
card.
tank them all. Because you get the arcane
There's
debuff.
like a debuff. Okay.
Yeah, there's a debuff. Okay,
I just
forget that part.
Ready, Clark?
yeah, if I like pop all my movement speed and take the portal, I should be fine.
Yeah, I'm ready, sorry.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Wonderful. You've been hoping to test these legs on live targets.
Normals. Dodge blast. Spirits. Go through the portal. Watch out for traps when you come back melee. Tear coming. Spirit. The portal. Center trap.
Okay, it. Someone's gonna have to kill me.
Kobe. Things come in. Stage 2, it's gonna be seeds.
Boom. OP. OP.
Put the portals in the right spots, we're gonna have seeds. Push in range. Watch out for traps.
I'm gonna hold Felguard and Tyrant here for Bloodlust.
Wiggles, did you just soak?
No,
Just, I think we're fine right now.
oh, I'm stunned though.
Put him up. Seeds.
Maybe I'm not gonna hold.
Good in.
Gonna go ahead and just go ham, I guess. Shit, I can't get there. Ah!
I can taunt off Luffy. I'm probably gonna die though.
I died.
Okay, then wipe it up. We're gonna have to start saving Gears for chance again.
I actually
Okay. It looks like Heal 4 just died to the giant dot that gets put on someone, so healers make sure we're really trying to pump that person. It's only phase 2.
I mean, we can if you want, but it feels like I'm burning cooldowns earlier because other mechanics are getting messed up, so in a successful run where the rest of the raid isn't taking as much damage.
What's Mark of Destruction?
That is, yeah, the closer tanks are, the more damage we take. So you want to be pushed in so the tanks should further away from the tanks.
Oh, that's what yeah, that's not.
You're gonna take damage. I don't know how little we can get it, but it's always gonna hit.
AMS does work on traps, by the way.
You
So
didn't
if
get
there's
it?
something in melee, I can also help clear them.
Okay, you didn't get MC'd.
Nope.
That's
When you asked Wiggles if he cleared, I was the one who cleared them because I didn't have cooldowns up. And I saw that it worked.
perfect. When we get back there, Resident, please, and we'll have to summon Sabbath.
Looks like Tyrant comes back really fast. It does. It does. That's like what I was saying earlier. Even if this setup doesn't sim the highest, this setup is really fun because you get your Tyrant all the time. Like, you have it so often. It's super satisfying. I really, really like it a lot. Like, Mythic Plus, it's a little bit more hit or miss because you have a lot of downtime between pulls, but I really love how this feels during these longer boss fights. So if there's a way I can set up to be using Wilfred's to have these faster Tyrants that still perform similarly to some of the other builds, I think this is going to be my go-to because it's I really like this a lot. It's a really fun play style. You're Necrolord? Yeah, I am Necrolord. Yeah, we're using Wilfred's.
Okay, what up?
Your Discord's broken.
Finally finished my work.
You should move your mic like 2 inches away from your face.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm a huge fan of Wilfred so far. It's funny because I actually thought I was gonna like the Bale Spiders. This was the one I was the most excited. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go Necrolord and I'm gonna rock this legendary and I'm gonna have like these massive demon bolts. And I don't like Bale Spiders at all.
That is his name. That's the correct name.
I might like it more later, but the thing that's so cool about this setup is that if you have downtime,
person to email me
it doesn't.
a dog pic. But, once I get a
If you have downtime, it doesn't feel like you're getting this like disconnect. Whereas if you lose the buff of Bale Spiders, having to wait 4 Shadow Bolts for it to go back feels kind of bad. And there's times where it's hard to fit them in that 15-second window if you have other mechanics. I think maybe if they increase this to like 30 seconds, might be better because it would still be a buff technically, but it would allow you to not get punished on kind of mechanically intensive fights. Where do you get that legendary? It's from the other side. This one. I believe it's from the other side. I could be wrong on that.
Just put them to 0%.
Joda, do you have a feast?
I do not. I put 10 in the guild thing though.
Okay. Purple, do you have a feast?
Yes, I can put one down.
Okay. Eat your feasts.
I kind of had some streams on the background. The only change is the traps, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see a notification. Is it like shown like who's gonna get trapped? Okay.
Synergy's no good. Synergy is another one. I haven't gotten to play them yet, right? Because we only have I've only been able to make 3. So we've got Bale Spiders that I've tested, which I don't really like. There's some chance I can see in the future using it. And then I have Horn Nightmare, and then we have Wilfred's. Those are the 3 that I've made so far. I'm going to make probably all of the legendaries before I start upgrading to really make sure that I pick ones that I like. Wait, let me set the portal thing real quick, or the gateway.
Oh wait, I have a great idea. Okay, we can't do it like immediately, but Asmodan, could you set your portal like where the boss is standing towards where the tanks have to run?
That's actually I think he could actually run like wide over there, right? And set it up now because the portal doesn't aggro the boss.
Do you want to
Well, I wanted like where the boss is standing.
But I do think Synergy is actually going to be decent for us. I don't know if it'll be as good as the other ones, but that's another legendary that you can use with every spec and it will be good. So like that's another one that I'm interested in making. I just haven't gotten to make it yet. I think in PvP Synergy will actually be really good too. That'll be like the go-to, I think, most of the time for just straight DPS probably. Horn Nightmare also does well.
Oh my god. Just reset. Sabbath, please don't do that.
Welcome to the raid, bud.
Oh shit, was that me? I literally just tabbed over. I accidentally hit B when I did.
Oh shit.
My bad, guys.
Cool, we got the spark for a bit.
What's your favorite part about Demo for raids? It's hard to say. I think the Demo playstyle in general is really fun. I think the changes that they made are pretty cool, and I'm a huge fan of having multiple talent options and legendaries that all seem decent. Like being able to play one spec and it's not stuck with like you have to always run this talent, you have to always run this talent. It feels really good, and I feel like Demo's in that kind of spot.
Now you're warmed up, right? That was the first pull. You warmed up now. Now you're on the second pull. You're ready to go.
Okay,
Also,
we
you
are
have a
going
PvP
to
trinket on,
pull.
right?
Thank you.
I like the playstyle a lot. I also like how strong we feel in our burst windows with our cooldowns. Also is pretty satisfying for Demo. Like the fact that we can just go super ham in these like here, and you'll see like we pop like to the top of the meters here pretty fast is pretty fun.
Spirit.
Replicate is trapped.
Heroes replicate.
If I get the thing here, this is gonna be kind of hard. I'm gonna have to like thread the needle.
Take your turns.
Kind of whiffed right there. I couldn't decide if I wanted to. Oh. Oh. I have a pretty solid tyrant here.
Okay, swipe it. Just swipe it.
Oh, damn.
Get MC and kill your friends.
I'm sorry, my ogre brother.
Synergy is good in PvP. I play with it.
Okay, don't release.
Yeah, Synergy is great all around. It's one of those. I mean, it's hard to say because I feel like even on certain fights, some of these legendaries are going to outperform each other. I don't think it's something that you can necessarily say consistently across the board. This is the best legendary.
Huff the mouth.
Because if you're able to get, like, you have Wilfrids and you're able to get one more tyrant or two more tyrants off in a fight, that's pretty massive. Like, the other legendaries got to do a lot of damage over the entire fight to sim higher than having, like, two full tyrants over the whole fight that you have because of having Wilfrids, you know?
No, like in terms of like being efficient and using our time well, like not releasing is best, and then even if we don't have,
But we'll see.
just having the fastest
Demonic
healer
Synergy will be good, and Demonic
necessitates,
Synergy is
like,
insane for
the second best
Affliction.
option. So like at worst case we would.
Do you
call
get sims of demon deaths by enemies? What do you mean by demon deaths by enemies?
You can change when it loads to only load new radiant instances if you want.
Here, I can relink.
You mean like how often my minions die, like in the raid, like my Felguard or whatever? I'm not sure what you mean.
You had it before? A little bit more. Yeah, right there.
Nightmare is one of the best Hand of Gul'dan. If so, what do you think about it? Yeah, Horn Nightmare is very, very good. And like I said earlier, I think Horn Nightmare sims the highest. But again, like, what's the easiest way to like explain this? If you have a fight that's 5 minutes long and you run Wilfrids, and you could get
or meat, there's no
5
tank job,
tyrants,
so we can get it to these guys who make
or
beasts.
you run not Wilfrids and you get 3 tyrants. I would say Wilfrids is probably going to give you more damage done on that fight, assuming that you can use the tyrants well. But generally speaking, overall, I think Horn Nightmare universally is like considered a little bit better. But it kind of comes down to how well you're able to utilize those additional tyrants. Like we did normal last night, and there was fights where I had like 5 or 6 tyrants up, and like that's pretty insane. That's a pretty big DPS boost, because having an extra 2 or 3 tyrants in a fight is a ton of damage. From the pet bonus damage, if you're running this Tyrant Soul, like there's a huge amount of value from all of that. So it's kind of hard to quantify exactly how much damage you're getting from that, because it's buffing your other pets, it's extending the duration of other pets. There's a lot of implications to having more tyrants. And a lot of that's going to be based on breaking points. If you finish a tyrant and it finishes its full duration, and then you kill the boss and you finish it in a clean spot like that, as opposed to like right before you would cast the subsequent tyrant, it's going to have a lot more value.
So like, I don't know. I shouldn't need it.
Like if Vile Fiend gets killed by the boss, I don't think any of our other minions do. They take like 90% reduced damage from like raid effects and stuff. It would only be if they like ripped aggro.
You guys will take more damage from the explosion. I don't know if that matters.
I'm sure there's a way to like, you could probably have like a weak or something and see that. But I don't think there's any real threat of your pets dying from like raid mechanics, or at least like any significant amount of time. Like if you watch, is my Felguard's health bar right here, it sits full the entire fight basically. What's your stat prio? With my gear I aim for 38% mastery and I'm only 16% haste. That's bad, right? No, I would prioritize eye level. That's really the only way I've been gearing right now. I really like having as much haste as possible, but haste is a little bit tougher when you start having like bloodlust and stuff, because you just have so much stuff is happening so fast, it's hard to react that fast. I did that kind of in like the wrong order, but it's okay, we actually got a proc there. We should hopefully...
Lost. Spirits, go through. Hit that. Okay, the spirits, you can run into them as soon as they spawn, but they are rooted for the first few seconds. So just don't run through them. Run around them and you should be okay. I will soak this set of traps, spirits. Stage 2. Traps. Seeds. Just a trap, kill it. Melee, turn around.
Trap right melee.
Seeds again. Blasts. after these traps, would you be able to clear wiggles? Give it 1 more second.
Yep.
Okay, once these ones are placed. Dodge blast, good job on seeds.
I'm down there, will not be a
Okay, we have to do the mechanic properly.
Ace is trapped behind the melee.
Yep. Break the trap. Sloopy. Watch dodge this rift. Heroes players if we can.
Range, drop a triangle, not at the old drop spot. We're in phase 3 now.
Yep, another triangle.
We should clear these.
Yes, Chungus.
Yeah.
Trap up lumber.
Break him out.
We're good. Red portal spots now.
Trap up lumber.
So with 2 seconds left, you want to run into the portal. Where the fuck is the portal?
It's,
Oh, okay.
The person hit a trap.
Okay. So we'll have to clear traps going into that phase.
Damn.
I think we should honestly just immune soak every new set of traps.
Okay.
We're pretty thick.
Yeah, we have enough immunes.
I have every minute. I can also help out if we need it.
Daweed, so
It's done.
so I don't think stat prio really is going to change anything too much as long as you have high eye level as much as possible. If you're not able to do like the damage I'm doing, I don't think stat prio would really change it too much one way or another.
Don't release one by one, I'll res everybody when I get there.
Yes, stop release.
I think it's mostly has to do with how you're doing as far as ensuring that you're casting every single global that you can, and the sequence of how you're casting stuff is the only thing I could say. It'd be hard for me to tell you without like seeing any gameplay.
Then it's gonna be me, then Wiggles, then like Chungus and Drizzit. I'll call it out.
But the main thing is trying to get, if you're running demonic consumption, you want to make sure you have a good amount of minions up prior to casting it. It doesn't always have to be your big minions because your imps still have a lot of health, and if you cast one full Hand of Gul'dan, 3 imps is like 15-ish thousand health. It's not as much as a Vile Fiend or as Grimoire Felguard, but it's still a lot. So if you're able to cast with like 6 imps and your Dreadstalkers prior to your Tyrant, that's pretty massive. And being able to kind of play around your Tyrant as much as possible, and making sure you also are timing with your Bloodlust and whatever time you guys are using blood. That's a pretty significant part too of being able to utilize, maximize your damage, I should say, not utilize. Your Conduit's good with Nether Portal. So that's a good point, actually. It probably, this one probably actually would do really well with Nether Portal. I haven't been able to figure out, oh, well, let me do it while I'm dead. But the Tyrant Conduit, I think actually would do well with Nether Portal, because I think if you're running Nether Portal, you end up wanting to cast a Tyrant in the middle because it gives you those 5 shards immediately to try and burn through those shards again as quickly as you can. I haven't been able to find a build where I feel like Nether Portal is actually worth taking over Demonic Consumption, especially if you run Wilfrid's. Demonic Consumption makes like your default go-to, even if you're not pairing it with other cooldowns. The fact that it just buffs your Tyrant's damage so much, it's just like a no-brainer. You just get a ton of value from Demonic Consumption. I really hope we can get to a point, though, maybe with some different kind of combinations of conduits or something, where Nether Portal is actually like worthwhile in some situations, because it's a really cool ability. I don't like it that much compared to some of the other stuff. I like the shorter cooldown playstyle, but it's cool having that option. So I hope that they can make it where, you know, if you have like a fight where you have like a real big burn phase and then like Nether Portal is a go-to in that fight because it's just so strong every 3 minutes, that would be really cool.
It doesn't? Oh. Okay, then we won't use you. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Feels like there's sort of a choice you have to make between the Shadow Fiends build with the Shadow Flame amp or double Fell Guards or mass amps. Yeah. Can you Fortitude amps? I don't think so. The Fortitude, the Fort though impacts all my minions' health, right?
Yeah, then we'll have Rocky soak the first, then me, then depending on timing, it might just be you again, Rocky.
Okie doke.
I'm not thinking I could.
So any kind of stam you can get, that's another reason why actually having highest eye level is significant, because if you're running demonic consumption, every minion, your Vile Fiend, literally everything you summon scales with health with the exception of the Call Fell Lord PvP talent. Everything else scales with your health. So even though you might think like this isn't as good as secondary stats, if you're running demonic consumption, you're indirectly increasing your tyrant's damage by having more health yourself.
Is there any special mechanic for dropping?
Right?
Or is it just dropping?
Which is pretty nuts. Also, you have synergies with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Big brain next level stuff with stuff like this 5% increased health in this opener. If you're able to get the Fleshcraft off efficiently in your opener, you're also gaining 5% health in your Grimoire Felguard, your Vile Fiend, your Dreadstalkers. All of those initial casts in that first 30 seconds are all gaining from that 5%. That's a little like min-maxy, but it's important to understand that the significance of just having higher eye level, because it's indirectly just increasing your health, which is indirectly increasing all your pets' health, and then that has all those synergies with your demonic consumption and just your straight up burst.
Dodge the Rift Blasts.
I messed up. I forgot to do the gate there. You guys are distracting me.
I want to get this trap.
I also have I should make a video on this. I forgot about it. I found out I did some interesting theory crafting with the health proc on use
15 on
PvP trinket. You want to talk about big brain next level stuff, trying to really min-max it. You can get your tyrant hitting insanely hard with the PvP health trinket. I'm gonna wait here for some of my minions. I'm gonna wait for Vile Fiend here as well.
There should be seeds. Rocky, can you fist traps?
I can't get these.
Okay, Wiggles, get the traps, please. Seeds.
I can get next set.
Good. Dodge Rift Blast. Push in range. Careful with the blue circles. Here's Black.
I can get these.
Okay. Seed. Dodge in the Rift Blasts. for those traps. Thank you. Seeds, take the seeds. Close the rifts.
Oh, shit.
I can get these.
Okay, get all of them if you can. Good, portals are going on triangle for the range. Triangle. For the burst suck, we are all going to where the boss is and running into the wall face first.
Airbait once it's up close.
We got caught in a trap.
Now in 2, get to the boss. Get to the north wall, run. Totem please. And
Shit.
I'd be breath first here.
Okay, keep going. It works if people are in the right spot.
Lost.
I was too far. I was too far off the wall. If I was closer over here, I would have been able to do it. That's annoying. I didn't realize that that was happening so fast that it missed the timer on that.
Okay, so you have to hop in the portal with like 2 seconds left. Otherwise, you're going to die.
With enough mastery, Nether Portal could work. I mean,
Traps,
Nether Portal isn't terrible right now. It just, Demonic Consumption has such crazy synergy with so many different ways we can play.
Now wait, 5.
And it's just always good. The thing that's unfortunate about Nether Portal is it itself has a long cast time, and then it really relies on you maximizing that
2 seconds left. You want to go?
15-second window to spend shards, which in a raid environment, sometimes you can do it. There might be some times, maybe, you know, this next week in raid or something where I try out maybe a couple bosses with Nether Portal. But the only, I think maybe Horn Nightmare, you run that as a legendary, and if that, I don't know if that contributes to your shards spent.
Can anyone clear those traps?
I don't
I
know.
don't think there is.
But I think there's some potential there for sure, especially as we start getting a little bit better gear and we have higher haste.
The stampeding roar thing works. If you are licking the wall, you will survive. So I know it's like, the problem is you have to be licking the wall before it starts casting because you immediately get sucked. But like, I survived it and I am very level. I think though, we will probably go back to just doing it the correct way. Good job tonight. We got 4. 3. We got 3 heroic bosses. That's really good. We full cleared normal in one night. On Tuesday, we will be back in normal, trying to full clear it faster and hopefully get Shriekwing and a couple other bosses down. But really good job tonight, guys.
Will there be another additional raid Saturday?
Yeah, there'll be like, I don't know.
Potentially, tentatively.
Totally fine if there's not. I'm just curious.
Let me talk to Quan about it. There might be. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Nether Portal has some synergy with Horn Nightmare.
I'm gonna post something in general, but tomorrow's my birthday, and I'm gonna be celebrating on Friday in a Zoom call. If any of you guys are interested in joining and hanging out and drinking with me, send me your email. So I can send you an invite.
Will there be? Will there be dong pics?
I cannot promise those.
I can promise you dog pics.
Jesus, okay. What should we do, guys? Should we do an arena? Should we do a little, like a BG maybe to finish off the night? Oh, you guys see this bad boy? Boom. Thing looks sick. Maybe let's do a BG. Do a quick BG to end the stream. So, yeah, to your point, Sly, I agree. Horn Nightmare does have some synergy with Nether Portal. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think this could be a little bit underrated right now. I know I could see Sacrifice Souls potentially getting buffed, and I could see Nether Portal being good in certain situations if you're really trying to stack a bunch of cooldowns in like a specific window. But so far I'm really liking the consistency of this. Gotta get that stand battle potion. Those HP meta blows my mind. So... do you want me to show you guys the PvP setup? Let me think if I need to... Also, low-key, Call Observers are pretty cool PvP talent. If you guys haven't played with this at all, highly recommend it. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so here's the idea. Let's go to Ogremar and I'll show you guys. You guys are getting breaking news right here because I was going to make a video specifically about this because I don't think people really know or understand this very well, and I just figured this out the other day, and it's pretty nuts, especially because when you're popping the on use, the PvP health trinket, you have 40,000 health. So not only, oh wait, I need to fly out. Not only are you doing a ton of damage, you are so tanky. I can turn my graphics up. This looks brutal. I've never flown through Ogremar with my graphics so low. Could Nether Portal summon another Tyrant? I haven't gotten it to do that yet. The only thing it's done is those like little flying things that look kind of weird. And like imps and stuff like that. I haven't gotten it to summon another Tyrant. Okay. So I'll show you guys here with a normal setup. I'm not going to use Grimoire Felguard because of the cooldown. But let's do this. We'll just do this. And I'm going to summon Tyrant. Now if we look... You can see what my Tyrant's hitting for, right? 3,000. You can see this buff is 1,140 bonus damage. This is the demonic consumption buff that you actually get. Basically soaks all of your minions' health at the same time. What ends up happening is that if you pop this, which is a 2-minute cooldown. Now follow me here for a second with this synergy. You pop this, which is a 2-minute cooldown. You can macro it into your Grimoire Felguard. Then if you're able to cast, presuming you're able to cast right here. Oh, I'm in combat. Then you do Vile Fiend right after, and then your Dreadstalkers right after that. That combination gets all of your minions super tanky. The other thing that's interesting is your Felguard actually for a short period of time, his health will fluctuate with the trinket as well. So depending on the health and if it's healed up or whatever's happened, you can actually end up getting some bonus from your actual Felguard's health as well. I don't know why it works like that. It's a little bit weird, but that is technically how it works. I haven't tried this in PvE, but you could actually also do this in PvE because what happens is this will put your other DPS trinket on a 20-second cooldown because the buff is 20 seconds, but follow me here. If you cast the health trinket, then you cast up your... And you do it a little like preemptively, right? Say you cast it 10 seconds before you're actually trying to do your burst window. Then that last 10 seconds, you have the health bonus for all your imps. Then you summon your Tyrant because you don't really care if your minions all have bonus health. You just want them to have bonus health when your Tyrant is summoned. So then you let the health trinket fall off. Then your DPS trinket is up. So you can have like an on use, for example... This might be something I was going to try and actually do this for PvE, but something like this where you summon the Tyrant and then you can summon, or then you can pop your int trinket to buff your Tyrant even more. So what you're doing is basically making your Tyrant go God mode, okay? So I don't think I'll be able to do this, but we can try. So we had the number before was 1140 on our Tyrant, right? So I need for this, I need let's say 2 seconds. And that's instant. And then we have Tyrant. So 4, 5, let's say 6 seconds. Let's say I'll give myself 7 seconds. So this is the setup I've been running a lot in PvP, okay? So I'm going to put this on my bars because I don't have this keybound, both of those. So you can see them, they're right here. You can see them on the bars here. Okay, I'm going to minimize that for a second just so you can see this. So I'm going to pop this health trinket. and wait for this to go down. And then I'm going to go into my rotation here. Okay. Oh, I didn't have enough shards. Shoot. But then we can go here, and then we got big damage right here. Now look at my Tyrant's buff. Oh, it didn't work. I was too slow. It does work, though. We'll do it in this one. I'll show you, and we can hover over it. I've gotten my Tyrant up to, like, 2200 bonus damage on cast, where you're, like, your Tyrant's casts are hitting for, like, 4600, like, non-crits. It's pretty insane. Let's see. I'm going to pair it with this. Let me make sure I have my macro. Yeah, here. So my mistake there is I actually need to have, you have to have 4 shards for that combo. Right? Because you have 1, 1, and then 2. So you need 4 shards in total. But I think it's something like if you're having a hard time using like damage trinkets, this HP bonus trinket might not be like the best, but it's really, really solid if you're running this demonic consumption build. The only downside with this is this is a 2-minute cooldown. So it pairs really well with like your Grimoire Felguard, which isn't a bad setup, but it kind of has anti-synergy a little bit in PvE with Wilfred's because this is kind of a weird cooldown to match with a 2-minute cooldown, which this is a 2-minute cooldown. But you can play, if you're playing Grimoire Felguard in PvP, this is actually really good. And you'll see it gives us another 8,000 health. Whoa, my gosh, why do we have so much health? Oh, I have the well-fed buff. So you see, like, if I pop that trinket, I'm gonna have 46,000 health. Ten Warlocks with the PvP Observer PvP talent. I actually really like the PvP Observer talent. This thing is really good. I haven't gotten to play with it that much. I just started messing with it the last couple days, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, look here. We'll do it on this guy. I'm gonna get one. Look. 2026 and we have 46,000 health. 2026, that's every single cast that's happening is buffed by 2026 damage, every single auto. That thing starts chunking so hard it literally crits for like 9k in PvP by itself. It's just shooting. Now obviously the downside to that is that if people counter it and play around avoiding it, obviously it sucks, but like that's kind of a downside, I would say, with just playing Demo, period. But with that setup, paired with your Grimoire Felguard, if you can get those 3 casts off, basically the only hard cast you have is Vile Fiend and Tyrant. And if you can get those off, even if you like Unending Resolve for it, dude, you go crazy. You pop off. I've also been running Doom. I moved that. I forgot. I've been running Doom a lot in PvP, and I've actually grown to really like it. I still need to do a little more testing to understand exactly how it works. But it's Doom has a weird interaction. So you would think the way it kind of feels is if you refresh it, like you wasted it, right? But it actually... I need to test this in duels. On target dummies, it actually doesn't work that way. Like, the initial tick will still go off, even if you've refreshed it. I don't know how to describe it. If I refresh it early, it will act as if I didn't refresh it, and I have like a second Doom on it, on the target. It just doesn't look like a second Doom is on the target. Which I didn't realize initially that's how it worked, but assuming that's the case, it's a great ability to have an instant cast that you can kind of constantly be doing to help maintain your shard generation and your DPS in PvP. How cool is this mount though? I love this mount. This is the coolest PvP mount that they've had for sure. Huge fan of this. Okay, so we have our stuff back up here. Let me try and catch someone. We have homies coming in. Okay, ready? Okay, get 4 shards. I'm gonna move up here actually. Let's get this other Warlock. Ready? Tyrant. Big damage. Watch a Tyrant. Just massive, dude. It's just chunking. 2026. 4,400. 4,400. And I've tested it and compared it like with using like DPS trinkets. You actually get more damage from buffing all of your minions' health and then with demonic consumption than you get from running like a DPS trinket and popping it during your Tyrant. The scaling of demonic consumption and chaining it with a bunch of your big minions like Dreadstalkers, Vile Fiend, Grimoire is more damage on your Tyrant than like having an int trinket that you pair with your Tyrant. That's pretty cool. I'm actually that kind of stuff is I think is pretty satisfying to be able to pull that stuff off. It's pretty fun gameplay. Oh, I just wasted that. So watch, I'm gonna refresh my Doom here, and it still should. Yeah, it hit him right there. That 1266 was Doom. So it has this like weird thing where like rather than it showing like a second Doom or like showing stacks or something, there's no visual. You can have basically Doom overlapping on itself, so you never have to like refresh it after it's got, like you can refresh it while it's still on the target. Does that make sense? That's kind of, it's hard to explain. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of explaining that, but it's the same as refreshing Immolate and Corruption, kind of, but Doom's not doing consistent damage, right? Like Immolation and Corruption are. Doom only does damage when it expires. So you would think there would be a way of knowing like when it's expiring. I don't know. Maybe it's something that makes sense to you guys, or you guys like assumed was the case. I didn't know that at all. And it didn't really make sense. Okay, here we go. Big damage here. Ready? We're gonna go ham on this guy. Tyrant. Let's see it. Let's see it. 4470. 226 again. So if we pull that setup off, we're buffing our Tyrant's damage by 2k. This also does scale with things like Fort or any other kind of like temporary health buffs you get. Should we try and do it with Fleshcraft? I'm going to drop a circle right here because I feel like I'm going to get jumped in a second. Slow this guy too. I've also found like spamming my Curse of Exhaustion is very strong. It helps a lot with increasing your minions' uptime. Obviously I'm talking about in PvP situations, but your minions uptime, as well as just being a really, really good like global to have if you can't sit there and hard cast, like if there's melee on you and stuff. See how we're doing? Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Back to Waterworks. Everyone just zerg around. Okay, we're going to try and bump it even more. We're running the Fleshcraft health bonus. Okay, ready? I don't want to waste it right there. That guy's gonna get killed either way. I want to actually see it like attack someone. 2026 is our record though, right? 2026 is the bonus damage we're getting from consumption. No one's jumping a lock with 46k health. That's the other thing too, is like in twos it's actually really solid because you end up you're just so tanky, like, and not to mention like your health stone, your death coil, all that stuff is percentage health based, right? Even your soul leech from demon skin is percentage health. All of that stuff, all of our main survival stuff outside of like unending resolve is percent health based. So the bonus health trinkets are actually like good for us as demo. I wouldn't say the same. It's not nearly the same situation for like affliction or destro, but because of the way our scaling works with our pets and demonic consumption, and the fact that it's also kind of offensive while also being defensive, has a ton of value. How are these guys capping the flag? Okay, I have Fleshcraft up in 30 seconds. I'm kind of waiting for cooldowns because I want to try that combo again before this game ends. What's up, Godlike? How you doing, man? They changed it so it's better to refresh Doom before the dot falls off. Yeah, I like the fact that Doom works like that a lot. I think it's actually really cool. I just didn't know. Are we gonna get some help here? Okay, here we go. You ready? Shit. I forgot to do our other cast. Okay, here we go. Tyrant. Shit. We still got it. We still got it. We still got it. Tyrant. 2105. 2105. Look at dude. I might die here. I'm gonna drop circle here. So this is actually solid to have. I might get kicked here as well. Shoot. So look at this. 4425, dude. We're getting over 2100 bonus damage on that. Can you imagine if that crits? Like if we start getting better gear later on, either stacking mastery or getting crit, and like you have a couple of those crit where your tyrant's critting for 9k, like hitting for a third of people's health, a quarter of people's health, your tyrant by itself. It's crazy. Now the downside with that is obviously is your tyrant getting CC'd or people playing like LOSing your tyrant, but either way, I think there is going to be some viability to that. I'm real curious to see as we scale later. The thing that makes me excited about that build and that setup though is the promise of how much in general we're going to just scale with eye level, right? As demo specifically, because we're also getting damage from the int and all that stuff. But talents like demonic consumption scaling with the health. Okay, is this guy gonna just get out of here, homeboy? That was a 5100 crit from the tyrant right there. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Priests have a thing that you just fly up really high in the air and you can't do anything? I've never seen that before. Where's my Felguard? Shoot, I was about to say I'm gonna get gripped if I keep coming up here. Try and be big and beefy here for a second. Shoot, I think he coiled, or he AMS'd my coil. Nice. Demonic strength, go go. Hell yeah. So we did decent there. We still lost, but it's okay, just for fun. Can I send you my logs? My DPS is bad. Are you in Discord? Yeah, I can link my Discord. I actually have a Discord that I had set up for Balance Druid stuff in Classic. Does that show? That's my Discord. If you guys have any questions or anything, I'm gonna try. I'm pretty, like, if any of you guys have commented on any of the videos, I'm pretty good about making sure I try to answer any questions and stuff in Discord. I mean, in the comments. So that's another way to reach me or hit me up. And I'm gonna try to, if people are interested in the streams and like people are watching the streams, I'm fine to stream some of the content, like, you know, arenas and raids and things like that we're doing. I know there's not a lot of demo content out there, so that's, if people are interested in seeing that stuff, I'm happy to stream it. So, and it's a better way to have kind of like a longer dialogue with you guys if there's questions or whatever. Maybe some kind of engineering failure. Maybe that's what it was. That was pretty weird. I don't know. It's a Holy Priest honor talent. That makes sense. I've never seen that before. But yeah, guys, like always, thanks so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had someone on the stream. We got a few bosses down on Heroic, some solid progression. Feel free, hit that sub button if you guys want to catch any of these streams in the future or videos. I've been trying to upload a lot as there's a lot of new content with the Covenants and Conduits and Legendaries and all this kinds of stuff coming out. So I've been uploading a good amount. So if you're interested in any of that content, hit that sub button so that you guys can see when those videos are posted. I've been trying to post every couple days or so if I can. Is Summon Vile Fiend really useful in PvP? Yes, that's also another video I'm in the middle of putting together, but long story short, the reason why it's very good in PvP is because it's technically under the Fire spell school, which I didn't know until recently once I picked it and started messing with it. But once you start getting into higher rated arena and you start understanding and timing enemy teams' kicks, having something on a separate spell school, so we have Shadow Flame, Shadow, and Fire, if you're running Vile Fiend, is very, very, very useful. So you can use it a lot to basically bait out a kick and guaranteed get the kick out, and then have like a guaranteed fear following that up because you get locked on Fire and not Shadow. So it's very, very significant. And when you're talking about your alternatives, is from the Shadows, which is hard to really utilize. Soul Strike is good, but Vile Fiend does a lot of damage. This also scales very well with Demonic Consumption, obviously. Lots of synergies there, and the fact that this is on Fire Spell School is really big. Not to mention this pet does put up a dot, has pretty decent uptime if you're able to cast this and get line of sighted. The other thing is you can actually cast this not being in line of sight. So if this guy's like an enemy player, right, I can like walk over here and cast it and it'll go on him, right? So there's a lot of interesting ways you can kind of start using this. I've just recently started using it, but that's kind of one of those things all these little things that I've kind of started to figure out over PvPing and stuff the last couple weeks is something I plan on doing like a more detailed advanced guide, because a lot of this stuff requires kind of a long explanation and is a little more nuanced. So yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Like always, I really do appreciate it. And I will be trying to stream probably some this weekend is probably going to be the goal. And I have a couple uploads that should be going up here in the next couple days. So keep a lookout for those. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good night. Peace.